let's see, I push this and that button goes there and then something happens or something like that, I guess. All right, well, let's see if that works. Okay, you guys able to hear me now? I apologize for that little bit at the intro. You know, it's an amazing thing about Microsoft Windows, particularly Windows 10. It actually has a little feature built in, and it's had this feature since about Windows XP. This feature is a smart AI that is able to detect when you're doing something important, and that's when it decides to try to push through an update. Now, fortunately, I have it trained to say, would you like to restart now? And I say, no! Of course, I haven't put that to the test. I don't know what would happen if I don't say anything. Maybe it'll just do it. But, yeah. All right, so I think I've got this thing figurified out now. I got put this up the top so I can see you, I can see me, and I can see what everybody's saying. Hooray. All right, welcome to the Winestream that I have been doing now for I don't know how the hell long. Particular hello to my lovely patrons out there who have been so kind as to give me money for doing this crap. I still don't know why you do it, but you're very, very sweet. I'm going to begin by reaching around the screen. This new camera, by the way, it likes to autofocus, so if I go out of focus, I'm sorry, it's a little slow. So I'll try and confuse it here and see what it does. Coming to you live in 3D. Tonight's wine comes from the Columbia Valley of Washington State. This is Chateau Saint Michel. It is not the highest class of wineries out there, but it is one of my favorites. The Columbia Valley is very, very, very good for growing sweet grapes, especially Rieslings. The Rieslings that come out of the Columbia Valley rival those of the Mosel Valley in Germany, which, as you all know, I happen to like quite a lot. Now, tonight's theme, I was going to pit the Chateau Saint Michel dry Riesling against the Chateau Saint Michel sweet Riesling. And, well, I had plans, and those plans kind of got changed because a couple of nights ago, a very, very dear friend of mine that I happen to respect quite a lot pleaded with me not to mix the two wines together in an old bucket and drink them that way. And I said, how could you think that I would do? So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to drink them sequentially. I shall try the Chateau Saint Michel dry Riesling. Dry, by the way, for you who are not uniphiles, means it's got a lower sugar content than the sweet Riesling. So, without further ado, I'm also going to use a brand new glass that I got at a con recently. As a matter of fact, it was for Reality. As a matter of fact, for Reality, their charity was a cat rescue, and they gave me this adorable little glass with a kitty face on it. And well, it's become my favorite wine glass, and you'll see why. Because now, when I drink my wine, I can do this, you know, cat face. This is good stuff. It's not as dry as I was afraid it would be. I wish I didn't have this light shining here, because you can see the little cat face and all, but without the light you wouldn't be able to see me, and well, I don't know if you're here to see me or the glass. There is a lovely picture a gentleman took. I was going to tweeterify it later. I might do that anyway. Oh, this is good. And people are saying, Naomi, draw it. Okay, Naomi, here's your reference, right? I'll go closer. I know what the opening icon for this on YouTube is going to be. Does anyone else see a giant offline thing over the screen while he talks? I don't. If anybody else does, please say so. You might try stopping and starting again, or getting out of firsttree.am and coming back in. Other than that, I can't help you. or you shout, Jack, very loudly, and he'll help. Drax is here. Hi, Drax. By the way, Drax, you see him down there? Or I don't know, maybe he's on that side, wherever he is. Drax is the gentleman who wrote that lovely orchestral introduction, which has sort of become the theme of the Winestream. I am ever so grateful to him. Very much looking forward to seeing you again, my boy. I am planning to go to Confuzzled, and I hope to see you there. I'll buy you a drink. An inexpensive one, of course. Num num. So this is Chateau Santa Michelle Dry Riesling, Columbia Valley, Washington State. It is much, much better than Windows 10 because this wine will never, in the middle of enjoying a glass, suddenly cause me to stop drinking, and a little message will pop up in the wine glass and say, would you like to restart now to install updates? At least you better not. It is from Washington State. That's where Microsoft lives. I have visited Chateau Santa Michelle Winery. I'm going to have to find it somewhere. You know how you take pictures and the pictures get put places and someday you want to find them again and they're in some folder on a drive? There's a picture of me like leaning worshipfully against this giant cask of wine that says Chateau Santa Michelle on it. I should like to find that. Oh, this is good stuff. So I finally get a little bit of a break. I've been doing conventions rapid fire of late. I could rattle them off. I think upcoming, this is the first weekend that I've had free since Anthrocon, really. It's either been a convention or going to visit friends or having friends come to visit me. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to enjoy a day off, at least the beginning part of the day, because I still have to go into work. The life of a scientist. But I'm going to a lovely friend's house for a Halloween party. My Halloween costume is pretty much what you see me normally wear. I masquerade as a respectable person. That's usually what I go as. Oh boy. Oh, and Pina Wolf, or is it Pina Wolf, says, if my mate and I make it converged, I'll bring you wine from where I live. Where do you live, Pina Wolf and or Pina Wolf? I should like to know. Midnight the Wolf says, happy early Halloween. Thank you very much, Midnight the Wolf. I'm going to move this over. So I'm looking down here occasionally. I want to look at the camera. You ever seen these broadcasts where people look at themselves, they look at the camera, so they're like, hi, I am here and I am on YouTube and I am a YouTube person and you're looking at me. No, you're supposed to look at the camera. The camera is here and I am looking at it. Excuse me. Yeah, I hate that too. So I put my face down here. Yeah, this side. So that I can kind of glance down and make sure I don't like have a big booger hanging out of my nose or like my eyebrow is running across my face, something like that. Pardon me. But I'm not going to sit here and stare at myself. If I look down, it's because I'm looking down at what you lovely people are writing in this channel. Oh, Chitabengo is here. Chitabengo is a local furry, although he's more a clattery, scaly kind of, I don't know what the hell you call him, but he is a fantastic fellow, absolutely capital dude. Lovely to see you, my boy. Did you and your mother enjoy the beer cast? Bella Rose Sparkle wants to know. I don't know. I was just stepping out when Mom said she wanted to see it. She looks at Twitter. She can't figure out how to Twitter herself, which is probably a blessing. But she saw that 2 was doing a beer cast, and she made me log her in. She really wanted to see it. And at that point, I just left. I didn't want to hear what she had to say. I didn't want to be there when 2 was cussing and making her blush, because he'll do that. Hey, Bossasaur, how you doing? And T'Challa is here. T'Challa is one of my oldest and dearest friends. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, Kashito is from Queensland. My goodness, it must be like Saturday afternoon there or something. Thank you for joining us today. The glass is not full enough. You will get all these, uniphiles who say that, oh, you're supposed to leave your airspace in the top because that allows the subtle vapors and the osmosis to come out of the wine and to get into your nose. I don't believe that. This This is wasted space. This is space that more wine could be in that I could then bring close to my face without doing a lot of work. So, oh, this is good. And the cat. Oh, Pinot Waffles from Tasmania. Oh, my goodness. Very, very good to see you then. I have an international audience. That just blows my mind. People from all over the world are sitting here watching an old fucker sit here and destroy his liver. Oh, and Furry Trainer has 2 bottles of Dr. Lawson. Dr. Lawson is particularly good. That one is from the Mosel Valley, which is very, very similar to the Columbia Valley here in the United States. Iris Thoth, hope you go to Furthermore next year. We shall see what the cards hold. Furthermore is a bit of an awkward time for me. I'll see if I can get there. Let's see. Have I ever tried the Adelsek Riesling from Germany? No, I've not. If somebody would like to give me a bottle, I'll happily try it. I love the way this works. Vobaka from Denmark reporting in. Hello. Skål. Tromso Boy is turning 19 next Wednesday. Well, happy early birthday to you. I wish I was there to celebrate it. Foxy Roxy, any Niagara wines I like? Niagara wines have a tendency to get a little too sweet. I think it's all the dead tourists fertilizing the soil up there. The Finger Lakes wines are better. Wines from the Finger Lakes region. The Finger Lakes region are a set of lakes that kind of shape like this, so they call it the Finger Lakes. And they actually have very, very nice wines there. The Niagaras, though, you're starting to get awful sugary. Let's see, what else we have? Oh, and Crystal Aristoukats is watching 45 Minutes from Churchill Downs. They're not running this weekend, are they? I've lost track. Okay, Rainally, I did not spell our wrong in the title. I spelled our right. Apparently, there is a character limit, and it's cut off the last character. I don't know. I think that Jack's been hanging out too much in Twitter or something. Hey, Jack, either increase the character limit by 1, or I'm going to be forced to, I don't know, make it HR period, something like that. Oh, and Kenta's been on a bit of a mafia binge lately. That's dangerous, Kenta. You shouldn't be on a mafia binge. I know some of those people. Do I have any mob stories from living in Philly? Yes. Everybody who's lived in Philly has at least one mob story, and we're not going to go there because you never know who's watching. Smashmail. Do you enjoy other samurai films other than the ones Kurosawa directed? Actually, I haven't seen many other than the ones Kurosawa has directed. There is one, however. It is called Harakiri. I cannot remember who directed it, but it is an absolutely outstanding film. So, yes, one. That's the answer. Oh, a Dreamscape Nightlight. What's my favorite vegetable? Lion, of course. Oh, Tuzzy, thank me for thanking all the military first. You don't have to thank me for that. It's heartfelt. The military out there is doing an absolutely incredible job that most people who have never had to live under any sort of wartime situation, the one we have now, that's kind of phony. It's not brought into our living rooms the way the old ones were. Not that it's a phony war, it's just people do not appreciate the war. They're not getting it in their face like they used to. Remember, I grew up with the Vietnam War. You could not turn on the news without seeing some poor GI with his leg getting blown off. And it's a wonder why America was not, too keen on that war. But people today do not understand or appreciate the role the military plays in keeping this country what it is. Tromso would like to know, what is my next convention? My next convention is Midwest Fur Fest, and that is the first weekend of December. I'm not doing any performing there, other than at the bar. So if you are at Midwest Fur Fest and you go to the bar, you'll see me there. I'll probably tell stories, and the stories only cost, well, a glass. Kenta, I'm not going to answer that question. We are not here to talk politics. Ah, yes, an anime is watching Ushio Totora based on my recommendation. Ushio and Toda is one of the loveliest animes out there, and everybody loves Toda. He's cute, he's sexy, and he kills people. I love that thing in a tiger. Rufus, is it good Norwegian wood? I don't actually know of any Norwegians, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's okay, Kenta. We're just not going to go there. Ooh! Okay, Not a Brat and Elim says, what's the best wine? I tried wine once and it was awful. I'll bet that you tried Chardonnay. I'll be right back. Somebody gave me a lovely, lovely little badge to wear, and I will show you. Hang on. It's right here. I keep it in my kitchen. Yes. Okay. Chardonnay is a wine for people who used to like chewing on the pencil when they were in grade school, because that's exactly what it tastes like. So somebody made this lovely little thing for me here, which is very, very much my Chardonnay face. Chardonnay is an abomination before God and man, absolutely, and I will not drink it. So you probably had Chardonnay. Get a sweeter wine like Riesling. Rieslings are wonderful. Yum. Let's see. Well, vodka, Danish wood tends to be pretty good. We'll talk later. Uh-oh, I pissed off Kenta's mom because I said something into the camera at Megaplex. Kenta, I have no recollection of what I said at Megaplex. I really have no idea why my memory is getting so bad, particularly of conventions, but whatever I said, please tell your mom that I deeply apologize. If she was offended by what I said, I really did not mean to do it. Unless it's about Chardonnay, in which case, yeah, your mom drinks shit. I'm sorry. The stuff is awful. It's swill. Chardonnay is the stuff at the bottom of the barrel that's left behind after they pour off all the good wine. They pour all this other stuff together. They throw a few dead rats into it. They filter it off. They put it in a bottle. And then your mom drinks it. Balsasaur. Oh, no. Balsasaur. You're fond of Merlot at dinner. Does that mean you have poor taste? No, not at all. Just because I do not care for red wine does not mean that you have poor taste. People who care for Chardonnay do have poor taste. That's simply a scientific fact. But there are red wines out there that are very, very good. They are exquisite. They simply do not titillate my palate. They also tend to show up on a white shirt if you spill them. So I stick to whites, you see. Let's see. Soapy life water and vodka go good together. I'm going to take your word for that, Raina Lee. How's that? Aristov, my favorite wine snack. Wine snack, chocolate cheese. Oh, cheese. I happen to like Swiss cheese. People say, Swiss cheese is bourgeois. Maybe, but I like Swiss cheese. I like the way the holes taste. The holes are the best part. I like licking the holes in Swiss cheese. But if I cannot get Swiss cheese, a lovely Gouda cheese from the Netherlands also goes very, very well with a sweet wine. And Canton Skunk Wolf, I have had no luck in trying to capture the comet, the one that is up there spitting out the equivalent of, 500 bottles of wine every second. It's wasting it. A comet whose tail is made up of alcohol. Yes, there is a God. I'm sorry, there is. That's proof right there. Because, as Dr. Benjamin Franklin once said, he's been misquoted many times, but the original quote was, wine is the ultimate proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. I'll bet Benjamin Franklin never drank wine out of a glass with a cat face on it. No. Peanut Wolf, have I ever smoked cheese? Oh, I'm sorry. Have I ever had smoked cheese? I was going to say, what the hell kind of question is that? I have had smoked cheese. I've never smoked cheese, but I have had smoked cheese, and it is good. I believe Gouda is a smoked cheese, is it not? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Boy, if I don't stop drinking this so quick, it's going to be a short wine stream, but I still have the sweet Riesling to try. Two had some bad cheese during con recently. That's what he says. I think he's just getting old. Num, 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 num. Okay, T'Challa, you win the internet. He says, the comet proves it wasn't manna from heaven, it was manna-shellets. Raynalee, what would you do if you could turn water into wine? Never leave the house. Smash Mail, you say a curiosity for wine, especially Scuppernong. Scuppernong is not wine. Scuppernong is hummingbird food with a little alcohol in it. It's ungodly sweet, syrupy sweet. It's a hangover waiting to happen. I do not recommend it. Go for something semi-dry like a Riesling. Pina Wolf, half dozen of some whites here at Convergence. Okay, Pina, I need a favor from you. Somewhere, somehow, the good folks at Convergence got it into their heads that I like Moscato. Moscato is also too sweet. It is Kool-Aid with alcohol in it. It is also a hangover waiting to happen. I do not like to get drunk off of Moscato. So if you can find a way to import some proper Riesling into that dusty, dry country of yours, I would be ever so grateful. And Kenta, what do you think your reaction will be at AC when you walk on the stage? Everybody goes, boy! I'll say, wrong comic. Aristotle, not a blue cheese fan. I don't like cheese that still has the mold on it. I'd like to scrape it off first. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. And Ursure says, I got mentioned in Penn Sunday School. Time to invite them to AC. They didn't mention me by name, so no invitation. Peter Wolf, have I ever had a wolf blast? A wolf blast. I'm going to have to say no because I'm not 100% sure what it is and it sounds dirty. Okay. Oh, Penn did. Oh, for Kent to say, Penn did not say it. Penn's co-host, whose name escapes me right now, actually attended Arizona FurCon with his daughter. His daughter is a furry, and she wanted a fursuit, so he went with her. He actually said very, very lovely things about the con and furries, and he even quipped. He said, there was a guy there ranting about science and pseudoscience. I'm like, oh, hey, that must have been me. But ranting? No, wrong person. Ranting, that's the guy in black. I lecture. He rants, I lecture. There's a difference. Oh, no. Zero says, Teller's the other guy. Actually, in their podcast, I do not believe Teller is the other guy. I think Teller's gone off on his own, poor fellow. Alex Lyon, I have to love you and leave you. My computer's network card died. But you're still here. I say stay as long as you can until the thing explodes. Is 2 here? I don't know. Is 2 here? Somebody tell me is 2 here. Midnight the Wolf, any good stories from AC? No. I have no good stories from AC. All the stories from AC are horrible. The stuff nightmares are made of. They'll become good stories after about 7 or 8 years. Give it some time. Kenta, if I could have a chat with Penn or Teller, what would you talk about? Furries? I'll bet they'd get it. I would bet they would get it. On Congo Cheetah, have I ever had any Ohio wines? I don't think I have. Maybe we can take a few wines out of the Ohio pile over there. Tyro, what's a good hangover cure? Don't drink. That's the only one there is. I'm sorry. Let's see. Did Chu show you Markiplier yet? Yes, Chu showed me Markiplier. Thank you very much. Yes, he's a very, very, very entertaining fellow. Please stop asking. All right. Furry Trainer says, children. No, I'm trying to cut down. Thank you very much. AC, what is exactly stopping you and your security from enforcing the fursuit dress code? Bella Rose, you're going to have to send me an email and explain what you're talking about because I have no idea what you're talking about. There is a fursuit dress code and we do enforce it. If you beg to differ, then please let me know. We'll work on that. And to Charles, yes, I did hear Stan Sakai, the lovely, lovely Stan Sakai, dear old friend of mine, has gotten remarried. He is not living in Pasadena anymore. He's now living in Temecula. And I cannot think of Temecula without thinking of the American version of Nausicaa. What do they call it? Warriors of the Wind. Because the bad guys, they called the Temeculans, because I think they didn't like that town in California or something like that. Best thing for a hangover is children. No. Children exacerbate hangovers. Oh my God, do they exacerbate hangovers? Okay. Some of my dearest friends in the world are my old friends Ume and Kevin. They live nearby in a little town just northwest of here. And Ume actually works at my company. They have two darling, darling boys. They're sort of surrogate nephews for me. They call me Uncle Sam. And they're wonderful, wonderful fellows, except at 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday, because I will go over to Ume and Kevin's house, and we will have a lovely dinner, and the boys will go to bed, and we will get absolutely shit-faced on wine, and I will fall into a coma in their guest room, which is upstairs. And of course, at about 6:30 a.m., the boys are awake and pounding on the door, shouting, Uncle Sam, are you awake? Uncle Sam, Uncle Sam. And I'm like, no, I'm not awake. And these are very logical boys. But you're talking, you have to be awake. Yes, you got me. I have no counter argument to that. They're delightful fellows. They are delightful fellows. I am kind of waiting until Autumn, the older one, is 21 years old. Because when he is 21, I am going to take that boy bar hopping. I am going to get him so completely hammered he doesn't know which way is left and which way is right. We're going to drag him by his ankles, throw him into his bedroom, and the next morning at 6:30 a.m., I'm going to be pounding the door. Hey, Autumn, you awake? How you feeling? I'll get you back, you little bastard. Tuzzy is trying to get hold of Tu. Best way of getting in touch with him? Send him an email. Tu@ranting-griffin.com. You want to know if he's interested in coming to the Kaiser Lawtown? Hell, if you want to get him to go somewhere, send him an email and say, hi, I want you to go somewhere where there is beer. He will answer you, trust me. Kenta, this boy's mom okay with this? She doesn't know, or she will know when she sees this on YouTube tomorrow. Hi, Yume, yes, I'm going to get your boy drunk and then wake him up the next morning. It's only going to be another 11 years from now, don't worry. Drax, American legal drinking. Yes, 21, yes. Go ahead, rub it in, Drax, that you live in a civilized country. In the United States, you cannot drink until you are 21 years old. At 18, you can vote for the leaders of the country. You can join the military. You can go off and die. You can drive a car. But you can't drink alcohol. There, you have to wait till you're 21 for that. Oh, motherfuckers. Oh, furry trainer, can you do stories like that? I'll donate another $20. What stories? I can't remember what I said. Remind me. I'll make another one. Hell. Oh, Timmy Fox, did the time zones wrong? Okay, Timmy Fox. Do a Google search for time zone converter. It's a lovely little thing. You can put in what time it is that you're looking for, and it'll tell you the time where you are. The United States has not gone on its winter time yet. We are still on our daylight saving time. It will not be for another roughly 48 hours or so that we will be back on our standard time. Man at the Wolf, will I run for president? Nope, because I've seen the job and I don't want it. Is there a cigar bar near Anthem from Tromso Boy? Tromso Boy, the best I can do is tell you go to maps.google.com and say cigars near 1000 Penn Avenue 15222. That'll get it for you. Let's see. Oh, they taxed the Patreon at 20%? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't realize that. Damn. Let's see. Peanut Wolf thought it was going to be 8 p.m. Nope, 6 p.m. It must be my handwriting. I apologize. That's my fault. Tromso Boy, is there any cigar bar near Anthicon? I shall reiterate. Go to maps.google.com and put in cigars near 1000 Penn Avenue, zip code 15222. You will find a cigar bar, I'm sure. Kenta, how close are you to getting Mr. Music Fox Butt over to the States? Okay, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Due to the generosity of the donors, who might still look down and see the little guys down there, a little button that says donate if you want to add a little bit more, and my wonderful patrons on the Patreon, we have gotten enough money that we have purchased an airplane ticket for Mr. Fox Amore to join me the week after Midwest Fur Fest here on this wine stream in my dining room. It will be the Friday after Midwest Fur Fest, which I think is the 13th or so of December. So yes, Fox Amore will be here. However, we spent all the money getting him here, and we have no money to buy Guinness. So if you want to get him some Guinness, that's the Guinness Fund. The little thing that says donate down there, that's the Fox Amore Guinness Fund. Also, if you want to donate down there, I need to rent a keyboard. Because if he's going to be here, he's going to have to play some music, but I have no keyboard. Hey, Chitabengo, if you know anybody locally has an electronic keyboard, let me know. I want to borrow it for the weekend. Tuzzy, what's my dream job? You're looking at it. This is what I would love to do for pay, but no one's going to pay for this. This is included, by the way. No money to send him back? Nope. I'm keeping him. Damn, this stuff is good. Wow. Okay. Yes, this portion of the wine stream is brought to you by Chateau Saint Michel Winery in the Columbia Valley, Washington. This is their dry Riesling. After this one is empty, we're going to be trying their sweet Riesling, but this one has to be empty first because I promised a friend I would not pour both bottles together in an old bucket and drink it. It's just for you. Oh, Aristoth, I can only imagine what happens after the camera turns off. What happens after the camera turns off is I stumble around the corner into the bathroom, throw up, stagger into my room. If I have the energy, I'll brush my teeth. If not, I just kind of collapse on the bed and wake up the next morning about 10 o'clock still in the same clothes. Drax, does anyone else find that even the worst wines start to taste better the more you drink? That's true, except for Chardonnay. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Oh, Servar Dakara is off school and here. Hello, Servar. It's good to see you. Servare. Maybe it's Italian. Hi, it's good to see you. Belarus, may I print a 3D wine glass for you? Sure, if you would like to. I would not stop you. That would be very, very nice. Peanut Wolf, I showed my mate you as Hamtaro and we... A number of years ago, To the Ranting Griffin used his considerable video editing skills to splice together some video footage to make it look like I was wearing a Hamtaro costume. If you watch it today, you can see the pixels and the shadows and everything. You can tell that he pretty much made the whole thing up. Next question. Yeah. Yes, Vovoka needs more JPEG. Yes, it definitely needed more JPEG. There was not enough JPEG. It was lacking JPEG to such a degree that I don't even, yeah. Moth Monarch, you were not there in person. I happen to know that as a fact, and I can prove it. Don't lie to me. And there was no karaoke at EF either, Rolf. Thank you very much for bringing that up. It's also a lie. I have never been in a Hamtaro costume, and I have never sung karaoke in Germany. And anybody who says differently gets this face. No. Oh, Furry Furry Fox has donated for Fox More. Thank you for the donation and for helping me change the subject. Furry Foxes, I love you. Drax, so that link was not used. That could be any drunken American in a lab coat, Drax. Look at how poor the video quality is. You can't even see the guy's face. Nom, nom, nom. Damn, nom, 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 nom. I have to say it German style. Nom, 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 nom. BBF did not film it. He knows better. I am going to have to see if I can find the video clip. And maybe if you're good on the next Winestream, which will probably be mid-November. We have the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. If I want to do a Winestream in November, it's going to have to be the weekend before that, because the next one will be December, and that'll be the Fox and More stream. I'm going to have to get the video clip of the arrival of our guest of honor at Anthrocon 2 years ago in the limousine driven by the Putts, if you remember that story. Because BBF did capture that incident. And for those of you who don't know, pardon me, I need more of this before I tell that story. We pick our guests of honor up in limousines. In this particular instance, the limousine driver, I don't know, maybe he was sick and called for a substitute because the substitute got lost. Took our guest of honor, who was Jim Cummings, probably the greatest voice actor of the 21st century, to a burned out crack house an hour away from the convention center. When he finally got him there, BBF filmed this part. The limousine pulled in, and those of you who've been to Anthrocon, you know the Westin has that little concrete island with the circular drive in front of it. Pulled in, bumped the wheels up on that. I found out later, scraped the door, and then, bam, the car dropped down like that. That's what I remember. I remember that. I do not remember what BBF caught on camera, because BBF catches the car, bump up like that, bam! And as the car slams down, a very familiar voice shouts, "Motherfucker!" at the top of its lungs. I do not remember that. It happened. Sully, you want to see it sometime? If you're nice. You know what I'll do? I'll dig it up and I'll put it on YouTube. But I'll only show it to my paid patrons. How's that sound? Oh, and people who donate to the little donate button down there. I'll send you the link too. Am I a dick? Yeah. But I need money to buy Fox some more Guinness because Guinness is expensive. Kenta says, I had to beeb myself out. I did, because I sent that video to the limousine company, and I didn't want them hearing me shouting that horrible thing like that. We remain as private as room 366 from Rolf. Rolf, don't go away. I'll be right back. I'm back. Speaking of room 366, we all know what room 366 is. And the genius that is Easy Wolf turned room 366 into a profitable franchise. Everybody was saying, oh, it's a terrible thing for the fandom. No, it wasn't. It was beautiful. It was hilarious. It became very, very popular for fursuiters to have a little diamond-shaped tag on their collars that said Room 366. And I said to Easy Wolf that I was sad because I really wanted one, but I don't wear a collar. All I could wear would be a necktie. So God bless Easy Wolf, he made a necktie for me. So this is the official Room 366 necktie. There's only two in existence. One was sold at a charity auction. I have the other. What happens in Room 366 stays in Room 366. Oh, Silver is late. Silver, I am currently drinking Chateau Santa Michelle Dry Riesling, or Driesling. This is from the Columbia Valley in Washington State in the northwest portion of the United States. Shortly, I will switch to Sweet Riesling, or Swiesling, and that will be after this bottle is done. Rischery, my favorite furry animated shows. My God, that list is long, long. Oh, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Sorry. There's a lot of furry animated shows that I dearly, dearly love. I do like Usho and Tora. Every single Warner Brothers cartoon ever made. Pinky and the Brain. I think Pinky and the Brain would have to take the cake. I loved the Brain, my idol and role model. And Wolvaka says, yes, except to the Estral, where it's going to be room 36666666666. Welcome to Berlin. Tuzzy, what's your most horrific furry-related story that's happened in real life? I get that a lot. Typically, the stories that happen to me are at Anthrocon, and I can't talk about them. But the most horrific story, the only time I was actually afraid, was when I had my psycho stalker at Megaplex down in Florida. I'd never had a psycho stalker before. Two had told me what they're like, and I thought he was exaggerating. This guy was crackers. It started out okay. He seemed perfectly fine, but he deteriorated very, very rapidly until he got to the point that I tried to ditch him, and when I ditched him, he collapsed in the hallway and started shouting Bible verses at the ceiling, but inserting my name into them. The police hauled him away, cuffed hand and foot. Yeah, much to my relief. Canton Skunk Group, what about SWAT Cats? How could I forget SWAT Cats? Yes, between Pinky and the Brain and SWAT Cats, it's a toss-up. I adored SWAT Cats. And for those of you who do not know, although if you watch the Winestream, you must know by now because I'm always spouting about it, I sent some fan mail to the brothers Tremblay, who are the creators of SWAT Cats, and apparently they liked my fan mail because if you watch SWAT Cats' second season, first episode, it's entitled Mutation City, there's a walk-on character named Dr. Conway. And they sent me the style sheet for that character. I thought that was very nice of them. Tyro, where can I watch SWAT Cats? These days, probably YouTube. I don't know if they've ever come out on DVD. Kenta. My psycho stalker showed up at an Orlando Fermi. Oh, my God. I hope you called the cops. I don't know if the guy is really, totally dangerous, but he's scary. It is a frightful thing when you are dealing with somebody who is existing in a different reality than you are, because you never know. Maybe in his reality, murder is legal. So that's why we tend to run away. Not a brat. Tell the story, please. I'll tell you what, Not a Brat. You make a donation to the Guinness Fund for Fox and More, and I'll tell the Yankee story. You tell me when you've done it. I'm going to drink some booze. Timmy Fox, thoughts on Bear Dragons, Kage? I am deeply insulted. That's my thoughts. Norwegian cheese. Tromsø boy, I've never tried Norwegian cheese, but I'm willing to try anything once. Drax is setting up a free private bar for the Yorkshire contingent as long as you have proper wine and not that stuff that you English seem to think is wine. I don't mean to be insulting, but God, dude, your wine sucks, the big donkey weenie. English wine is just, blah! Get something from Germany or Italy, please. Thank you very much. The anime adaptation of Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. I did not see that, but I saw the Seven Samurai and Disney crossover. I saw Snow White and the Seven Samurai. That's the only one I've seen. Not a brat. Doesn't have anything you can donate. All right, okay. Not a brat. Because I'm feeling charitable and I'm already starting to get tipsy, I will tell you the story. Not too many years ago, during Anthrocon, we happened to be sharing the Westin Hotel with, of all people, the New York Yankees. Major League Baseball used to put the visiting teams who were playing the Pirates in the Westin. Notice I said used to. They used to put them in the Westin, and we would have Major League Baseball teams sharing the hotel with us. I remember one year the Milwaukee Brewers were there. Their announcer publicly blamed the Furries for the Brewers' loss, saying that the Furries were up all night howling and the guys didn't get any sleep. I actually had a kind of playful little elbow nudge thing going with the Pittsburgh Pirates, like, hey, we can see to it you guys win. Well, when the Yankees showed up, that all changed. Because I never realized that the New York Yankees are a target of terrorism. They're America's team. They're a symbol of America, and they are considered a prime hard target for terrorists. I didn't know that. When the Yankees showed up, their private security came in and saw the Westin filled with a bunch of people with costumes that covered their faces. Their security director, being from New York, walked in, looked around and said, "Yo, the fuck?" Now, for those of you from foreign lands who do not speak New Yorkese, that means, I say, what's going on here? So he went up to my security chief and said, "Hey, the fuck?" Which means, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me why all these people are wearing these masks?" And my security chief said, "Well, this is Anthrocon. This is a convention of cartoon enthusiasts, and people wear costumes and all sorts of stuff." And the guy looked at him and said, "The fuck?" Which means, "I don't understand what you just said. Please explain it to me." So Renegade, that's his name, Rene Gobain, he's Anthrocon's security chief. Those of you who've been to Anthrocon have seen him. He's the little tiny Santa Clausy man. He's about 5 foot nothing, little roly-poly. He's got the white beard and the twinkle in his eye. Put the red cap on him, you got Santa Claus right there. Tiny little Cajun guy. He's just adorable. You want to put him in your pocket and take him home. Well, he tried to explain it, and the Yankee security guy said, "The fuck?" Which means, you cannot have these people in this lobby. You need to get these people out of this lobby. The lobby has to be cleared. And Renee looked at him and said, "I did that." And the Yankee security guy said, "The fuck?" Which means, "I'm through talking with you. I'm going to talk to the hotel." And he went and he spoke to the hotel, caught the hotel completely off guard, demanded that they shoo all of the furries out of the lobby. Well, not knowing what else to do, the hotel came to me. This is why it's good to have a good relationship with your hotel. They came to me not as management. They came to me as partners in this venture, and they said, "Sam," called me Sam, said, "we don't know what to do. We need to clear the lobby because the Yankees are coming through. And this guy is this, and we had no warning, and can you do it?" And I said, I don't know. For me to announce to a bunch of furries, "You're not allowed here," that's not going to work. No. What can I do? So I grabbed one of my assistants and I said, listen, go downstairs, tell everybody in the lobby that Uncle Kage has gotten too drunk and he's upstairs in the ballroom telling stories that the board of directors don't want him to tell. And within 5 minutes, everybody was out of the lobby and up in the ballroom. And my assistant said, I can do that, but now what? I said, get me a bottle. So they did. I shotgunned the bottle. Bam! Stood up on a chair with the help of Mock Stormrunner holding my arm, and I just started blah, 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 and blah, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, and absolutely blah, blah, blah. Until I got the high sign from somebody in the back, okay, the Yankees have gone through the lobby, they're gone. And at that point, I came clean. I told the folk, I'm sorry, you've been snookered. Here's why we needed this to happen. I apologize. I didn't mean to fool you. I hope you were at least entertained. You can all go back to the lobby now. Well, I have a unique ability as a businessman. Getting drunk is fun. I can do that easy. But when I need to, I can sober up very quickly. I took Renee and I said, let's go downstairs. And I went to the front desk and I said, I want to speak to the manager back there. Right now, please. And we went backstage and I said, okay, I did that for you because you asked me to. You needed it, so I made it happen. But I'm not going to do it again. That lobby belongs to me and my people. We paid for it, and we're giving you more money than the Yankees are. So the manager agreed. The next day, the furries were in the lobby, and the Yankee security chief came in, and he said, the fuck? Which means, what's going on here? I thought I told these people to get out of the lobby. And he went up to Renee, and he said, the fuck? Which is, excuse me, sir, why are you not getting these people out of the lobby? And Renee, very, very patiently and with a little Santa Claus twinkle in his eye, said, we're not going to get these people out of the lobby. These people have every right to be in the lobby. However, my crew is standing by to help if you need. We'll provide extra security. We know these people. We'll see to it there's going to be no problem. We'll clear a path. We are here to back you up. And the New York guy was like, the fuck? Which translates to, this is not going to work. I absolutely insist you get these people out of the lobby. And Renee said, sir, I am not going to do that. I appreciate that you would like us to, but we're not going to do it. We, however, can work with you. We will help you out, all you need. Now, the security chief then dropped his native language and slipped into English. He was a large man, and he kind of stood up over Renee and said, I'll have you know I used to be a cop. And little tiny 5'0" Santa Clausy Renee with the white beard and the twinkle in his eye looked up and said, oh, that's nice. U.S. Army Airborne Ranger, 3 tours in Vietnam. Bring it. That's why Renee is my security chief. Since that year, Major League Baseball has not put any teams up in the West End during Anthracon's weekend. Coincidence? Probably. I'll bet they just thought that the Sheraton in Station Square was a nicer hotel. Oh, Peanut Wolf, you don't fuck with Renee? Absolutely you do not. Renee has infinite stories. He's been working security at conventions since the mid-70s. Since he basically got out of the military and after he did his little stint as an independent defense contractor, he has been working security at conventions, and his training has come in handy. There's a wonderful story. He was working at a con in Chicago. I don't know if it was WindyCon or one of the related conventions in Chicago years ago. He didn't have a room in the main hotel. He was in the hotel, down the road. So he was walking from the main hotel, from his hotel to go to the main hotel to start his shift. A scrawny young gentleman jumped out of an alley with a knife and commanded Rene to give him all his money. And Rene said, "Oh, son, you need to find another line of work," and started to walk around him. The scrawny young gentleman lunged at Rene with his knife. Rene did what he was trained to do. Within about half a second, the young man had his face smashed into a large garbage dumpster, had his arm wrenched behind his back, and Rene had the knife in his hand. And Rene leaned up and said in the young man's ear, "I said, son, you need to find another line of work," and let him go. And the story goes that Rene, with the knife in hand, walked back to the main hotel, went to ConOps, got out his box, added the knife to his collection of all the others he's taken over the years, and stuck it under the table. Please do not break my standards of conduct at Anthrocon. Rene knows his limits, but I have given him lots of leeway. Cheers. Weissenwolf, I just got here. Am I too late? No, actually, we were late starting, Weissen. We just started like 2 minutes ago. You didn't miss a thing. It's fine. Don't worry. Kenta wants to know if you donated all 6 seasons of Hogan's Here at the AC charity auction, would I buy it? If nobody else wanted to buy it, I'd certainly be interested. Somebody wants to know what's the worst thing happened at Anthrocon. I don't care to tell you because I don't want to relive it. It's blocked from my memory. Pine, I'm hearing rumors that they caught the person who did the gas attack in MFF. If this is true? Pine, the answer is no. It is not true. They did not catch the person who did the gas attack at MFF. They caught a dipshit who thought he would get attention by claiming to be the person, but he is not the person. Whoever did that little naughtiness at MFF has still not been found. And I can state that with authority. Oh, Tianlong is here. Hello, Tianlong. Look what I have. I hope you have some too. I have 2 bottles. I would share it with you, but you're so far away. I very much hope you have some. So, Gambe. Rufus wants to know if I have a vinyl record collection. I used to. I actually sold them all years ago because I had nothing to play them on. I had Blue Oyster Cult on vinyl. I had all of Monty Python on vinyl. I had a lot of vinyl records, but I did sell them. I had one called A Song of Gods Gone Mad. I called it my Satan music. Look it up on Google if you're curious. And Era wants to know, am I drinking the dry Riesling? Yes, Era, I'm beginning with the dry Riesling. The sweet Riesling will follow. Grumpy Chinlong. You can't grab it now, but close enough you could easily find yourself having a celestial knocking at your door. Well, please knock gently. I know that you happen to be very, very large, and I don't want to replace my door. Rufus, oh, Monty Python. In fact, I had the album of the soundtrack, of the trailer, of the film of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I also had Monty Python's matching tie and handkerchief, which had an interesting feature. I never could figure out how they did this. The record had 3 sides. Think about that. A vinyl record that had 3 sides. One side was apparently double grooved. You would start it and it would play through to the middle. And then if you started it again, it would hit a different track and play an entirely different side. So there were indeed 3 sides to the record. I know I'm not you're dreaming it because I used to listen to it all the time. Tuzzy, does prior military experience help with getting a job as security for IC? It does not hurt. The door sign do not take volunteers per se, but we do take security volunteers on a kind of provisional basis. If you have prior military experience, let them know, and we'll see what we can do for you. Silver says Monty Python and Holy Grail was banned in Norway for a few years. Oh, why? It's a lovely film. Do you think Renegade would be the only one who could stand a chance against Tien, hypothetically speaking? Smash Mail. I have stood against Tien without a problem. You just have to know what motivates him. Ushi-san, hello, and my phone is ringing. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Who the hell's bothering me? Kind of a bad time, dear. What's up? It'll be tomorrow morning. All right, then. Bye. That was Mom. Yes, I will take you to Aldi tomorrow. Thank you very much. Ushi, that was Muti. That was Muti on the telephone just now. Hello. Ushi, by the way, you might remember that was the lady who joined us on the Winestream 2 episodes ago. She is a celebrity in her own right, the lovely Lady of Berlin, and she is here to join us. Now where was I? Is that a call out? No, that was not a call out. That was my mom calling in. Your hearing is getting very bad. And yes, Sire Skiratus Char Skirin. CS, hey, yes, the rudest invention in history. I hate phones. I loathe telephones. They're an annoyance, they're an interruption. And as a scientist, I do not like to be interrupted. And that's why the very, very, very few people who have my cell phone number know you do not frickin' call me unless I'm expecting it or unless you're dying and need my help. Bella Rose, did I ever do any funny Halloween pranks in my youth? Yes, I did, and I'm not going to say them now because I don't think the statute of limitations is up yet. Kenta, can we please try and get telephone on after Fox More? It all depends on how much money goes into the donation bin. I spent a lot of money to get Fox and More here. It took 3 wine streams to get enough donations to get him here. We'll see what we can do for telephone. But if I get telephone, I should also bring radio, so that's going to be even more. Money! Put the money in there! We'll see what we can get for you here. Kaiwin, have I seen Mad Max Fury Road? Yes, I have. I like Mad Max Fury Road because Giza's in it. And those of you who know Giza know what I'm talking about. Crystal Aristocats, are there common call signs? Is there a call sign for Kage is out of wine? At Anthrocon, no. At Euroference, yes, there is. Peanut Wolf, would I consider doing a wine stream from Convergence? I would consider doing it, but I would need to have Convergence officially ask me to do so because they would have to provide me with a good high-speed connection. Let's see. Balsasaur wants to know, do I have any funny stories about Isaac Asimov? Funny stories? Yes, I do. I met Isaac Asimov. I wouldn't say I knew him, but I saw him enough that he recognized me at cons and would greet me by name, and that was kind of cool. I guess it was 1989's Worldcon. I had taken a penny whistle. Those of you who don't know, I actually play the penny whistle. Not well, but I do play. I had taken my penny whistle, and I had thrust it down into the mouth of a rubber chicken. And I cut holes in the back of the rubber chicken, and by blowing into its beak, I could make music. I had a musical chicken. And it was a hit. People liked it. And I decided to get some autographs on it. And, of course, Isaac Asimov, he was like top on my list. So I saw him, hanging out with his crew. I went up and I said, Dr. Asimov, would you sign my instrument? And he looked at it and he got this look of reverence in his eyes. And he said, this is the first time in history a man has asked me to sign his cock. And he signed it. People think fur-sitters are nuts. Guy shoved a flute in a chicken and played it. Yes. Tromso boy. Okay, I'll say it again. I put the title in correctly. There is a character limit that cut off the S. So either Jack has to increase the character limit in the title, or I have to make it Uncle Kage's story, period. That would work. Oh, Novarius is here. Hi, Novarius. Good to see you. Nora Brat says, lol, lol, lol. Raina Lee says, Zed. Okay. Figeiler says, Lamau, who. What is it with you people and your weird language? Volt says, I'm killing Tyro. That's great. I don't even have to try. I have the power of life and death. Have I had a chance to put the Megaplex bag of cockroaches to good use? No, I've not. But the wheels are turning. We'll think of something. Kenta, you mentioned having the FDA audit your lab. What exactly does that entail? Hell! I work in a regulated industry, pharmaceuticals. When the FDA shows up, basically they're looking at everything. They want to see, okay, let's watch you do this. I'm watching you do this. Do you have a standard operating procedure that governs what you're doing? Let's look at that standard operating procedure. We want to watch you do it while we look at the standard operating procedure to make sure you're doing it correctly. Oh, were you trained in this? We'd like to see your training record. In fact, who trained you? We'd like to see the training record of the person who trained that person. And, oh, Lordy, they leave no stone unturned, which is why when people say, oh, the evil pharmaceutical companies are getting away with murder, you can't. Oh, my Lord, the FDA comes in like the Spanish Inquisition. Waiting for someone to say it. The FDA comes in like the Spanish Inquisition. You cannot get away with dick when they show up. Now, part of the problem with generics is that they come from foreign countries. The FDA doesn't have the funding to go out there and look at what they're doing. So a lot of generics out there don't have the same oversight that the name brand stuff has, which is why I don't use generics, period. I test the stuff. I know what's in them. We'll leave it at that. Yes, I see. Nobody expects this. Yes, I was waiting for that. Yep. Silent Dawn, FTR OSHA. Yes, Silent Dawn, you must know what we mean. They teach you when the feds are there, do not offer up information. They'll try to ask leading questions. The media does the same thing, by the way, and I use this when I do my furries in the media. Do not give them more information than they ask for. They will ask you a question, answer the question, and leave it at that. Here's a lovely example. This was part of my training. Someone came up to me and said, do you know what time it is? I said, yes, it's 7:10. They said, no! Do you know what time it is? Yes, you know what time it is. If they then ask, what time is it? Then you tell them what time it is. Another thing that both the FDA and the media will do is the uncomfortable silence. Be careful of this, the uncomfortable silence. They're masters at this. They'll try to get you to say stuff because in our culture, we don't like silence in a conversation. They'll say, do you know what time it is? And I'll say yes. And they'll say, "98% of the people will get nervous at that silence and they'll say, well, it's 7:10. And as the silence goes on, they'll say, PM? And then they'll start fidgeting as the person keeps staring at them. They'll say, well, the watch is traceable. It is. I know it's 7:10. The media will do the same. Watch out for it, my friends. And Furry Fox says, screen froze. I hope it froze with this. Ampulosis. And now for something completely different. Any financial tips to poor students? Save your money. What else can I tell you? Help get Uncle Kage to Germany to drink lots of wine and do a wine stream here. I'm all for it. Hey, go for it. Clockwork. You sent an email with a doodle of Kagamushi. Did I get it? Yes, I did. And if you know what? I'll bet. I don't know how to use this damn thing, but let me see if I can put that on the screen. Hang on. Okay, it's here somewhere. Blah, 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 blah. Visit Pittsburgh. I will find it. I'm looking at stuff here. Don't mind me. Why can't I find it? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Link it. Put it up so these people can see it. Let's see. Chinlong says, yes, it takes more resources to crash it. Chinlong, you might notice, is a very, very large creature. He's a celestial dragon. It costs a lot to ship him across the border. Kenta asks a very, very... Oh, wait. Is that it? No, that's not it. Where is it here? Where is it? Doodle. I'm going to find that, God damn it, because that was such a lovely doodle. I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to type some shit, pardon me. You talk among yourselves. I'll be right with you. I thought I said it to... there it is. Boing, that. Okay. All right. Here, okay. Let's see if I do this crap right. I'm going to do this stuff. I will figure this crap out eventually. All right. Let's get a bing. How do I get a full screen? I want to full screen you. Whoa. Oh, that kind of worked. Yep. Back to the Logitech and bull crap like that. Woohoo! Did that work? Somebody tell me if that worked. Oh, I gotta go to scroll down here to see. Oh, it did work, yes. Did that kick ass or what? Here's a bravo, yay. Yes and no, it cut off my sound. Did it cut off my sound? It couldn't cut off my sound. How could it cut off my sound? Ah, Pazuzu says hello. Now, if you're talking about the Pazuzu from The Exorcist, I really don't want to see him because he will, like, take over my soul and make me spit up pea soup, and I'll be going, yeah, I love Jesus, fuck me, ah! I really don't want to meet that Pazuzu. Ah. Kaiwin, if you had to say any celebrity secretly a furry, who would it be? George Takei. I would love to find out George Takei is a furry. Ah. Nom, nom, nom. Yes, when I put the pickup, I lost sound because I didn't have any microphoning, whatever here. Yep. And everyone's saying, oh my. Yes, yes, yes. Incidentally, George Takei has done more personally to help young people struggling with their sexuality than any other person in history. The greatest video that he ever made was where he called out I guess it was in Arkansas, a school administrator who said some horrible things like, I like it when gay people get AIDS and die. Well, George took that and made a public service announcement out of it. If anyone can find that link, put it up there. It's definitely worth watching. Ah. And Kaiwin says, Bree! Yes, Bree! Kenta, where's the AC press conference take place? Can you live stream it for those of us not at AC? The answer is usually in the Westin, usually on Thursday. Can I live stream it? I don't think so. We don't have an internet hookup in there. Those cost money. Oh, Lord of mercy. You guys would not believe at a hotel or a convention center how much you pay to plug in a goddamn internet cable. It's a huge premium, and frankly, it's not an expense we're willing to pay. And Gary Ferret says, I'm late! Yes, you are. You missed all the good stuff. Tuzzle, what happened to the Brie wine from the last stream? I still have it. I'm waiting to get 2 out here. I will not drink the Brie wine unless 2 is here. Oh boy, Koryu. Where does this Brie saying come from, Koryu? You don't know To the Ranting Griffin. Somebody point him to it. I cannot explain where Brie comes from. Yes, there it is. George Takei, PSA, how to treat anti-gay marriage, blah, blah, blah. Kenta, have you seen the new Megaplex Hotel? And if so, what do you think for when you attend next year? Okay, Kenta, first off, 2 things. No, I've not seen the new Megaplex Hotel, and I am not sure I can attend Megaplex next year. Many, many, many factors, but I cannot commit to Megaplex next year at this time. I'm hoping the hotel is lovely. I've not been, but if I cannot go, then I certainly hope that everybody has a good time. No. So Charles says, a video of the new Megaplex Hotel. That was at the closing ceremonies, but I had to leave early, so I never actually got to see the video. I had to catch a flight on United. Frotz Fox is showing where Blee comes from. So if anybody wants to take a moment, I'll tell you what. There's the Blee, there's the YouTube, there's the George Takei. We're going to take a brief break so people can watch those videos, and I can go and get my stand, so I need to put the camera on to do the art, and also I got to pee. So there'll be a break. Go watch those videos. It's worth it. I'll be back in 2 minutes. This isn't as classy as Two's beer stream where he has like the little clicky countdown, whatever the hell thing there. Now, while I was gone, I can't wait any longer. I really want to try out the Chateau Santa Michelle Sweet Riesling, aka the Swiesling. So I brought this along here. And I hope Caraway is out there because I also have the Wine Rabbit. This is the Wine Rabbit, also known as the Wine Caraway. And I'm going to finish the dry Riesling. And, Chin Long's leaving. Bye. I wish you'd stay. And Timmy Fox says, welcome back, Lager. No, that's two. You're thinking of two. He's the lager guy. I'm going to finish this, then I'm going to try the Swiesling. But I also got this here. So what we're going to do is in a moment or two, after the wine is done, we're going to do the artwork, if you can call it that. That's what I do for my patrons. Those of you who aren't on the Patreon don't know. One of the things I offer to some of my patrons is I'll draw not art, also known as nart. Art is a thing of beauty, it's creativity and stuff. I just kind of vomit lines onto paper, and people pay for it. That's great. No. Yes, Ray, don't know why chat doesn't scroll itself. Ask Jack. Oh, Aristotle did a titration earlier today. Congratulations. I hope that you had a sound end point. Oh, not a brat. How do you feel about the World Health Organization saying bacon causes cancer? Let me tell you something. You. Okay. I'll throw some numbers out there. I don't know if these are the actual numbers, but they are very close in my experience, okay? Here's how it works. The World Health Organization determined that eating bacon causes an 18% increased risk of cancer. Let me put that into perspective for you. If you take a population of 1,000 rats, because we tend to test on rats, 1,000 rats, the natural incidence of cancer in 1,000 rats is 22. Just normally, naturally, 22 rats out of 1,000 will develop cancer in their lifetimes. We don't know why. Cancer happens. So the natural incidence of cancer is 22 out of 1,000. So now let's feed these rats on bacon and bologna and Nuremberg sausages. And after a year, they find that 24 rats got cancer. Well, 24 versus 22, that's an 18% increase, isn't it? Doesn't mean that it causes cancer. If you look at the numbers, it seems that way. My friends, let me give you a bit of scientific wisdom that has been accepted throughout the ages, because statistics don't mean dog dick. If somebody gives you a statistic that says, oh, you have an X% chance, blah, increase, blah, 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 if it is less than a factor of 3, by which I mean, if it is less than 300%, it is a statistical anomaly. Unless it triples your chance of something, it doesn't mean shit. An 18% increased risk of cancer from eating bologna, that's crap. That is a statistical blip. On the other hand, cigarettes have a 2,000% chance of causing cancer. You smoke cigarettes, you have 20 times the risk. That I'll believe. 18%, that's shit. Ah. Tuzzy says, you can't find Riesling from the US here in Germany. Would it be possible for you to send me some to my APO address? I could, Tuzzy, but you don't need US wines. Look for any Riesling out of the Mosel Valley. Riesling aus Moselland. They are the best wines. I would only send you German imports anyway. You can get those cheap. Go for it. Kenta, any mob stories I can tell? Not really. I still have living relatives up there. Everybody says, I want Kage as a teacher. I want Kage as a lecturer. I would love to teach. I would love to be a lecturer. I would love to be a professor. Two problems. One, I don't like teaching to people who don't want to be there. You get somebody in the class who's not interested, I'll throw you the hell out. And number two, I will teach my way and I will grade my way. And that means I would never get tenure anyway. Let me tell you a story. At a well-known Ivy League institution that I shall not name, years ago, there was a brilliant organic chemistry professor. He was a visiting professor. I love the man. We were good friends. He was an old school prof, by which I mean, I'm going to grade your test. I'll grade it on a curve. The average is a C. You get a bell curve, right? Bell curve. That's what grading on a curve means. The average is a C because that's average, right? On this side of average, that's a B. On this side of average, that's a D. Way on this side of average, that's an A. Way on this side of average, well. See, in those days, we can give you an F for failure because we were allowed to fail, unlike you kids today. But that's neither here nor there. This professor, brilliant, exquisite professor, graded his first exam on a curve. C was here at the top of the bell, and then D, B, C, A, blah, blah. He got called in to the dean's office at this esteemed Ivy League university. And the dean told him, you must regrade that exam. And he said, what do you mean? I don't understand. And the dean said, at this esteemed Ivy League university, the class average is a B. And the professor said, well, that doesn't make sense. By definition, the average is a C. And the dean condescendingly said, no, that would adversely affect our students' grade point averages. And this esteemed Ivy League university cannot afford to have students with low grade point averages because it makes us look bad. You must regrade that test and set the average at a B. The professor refused, and he was shown the door. He lasted only 2 terms. That would be me. The very first time the dean came up and said, you have to let these people pass, or you have to let this star athlete get a passing grade, I would tell him, fuck you! I'm here to teach! They're here to learn! They're not here to get prizes! But that, sadly, my friends, is not how academia works today. And that is why I cannot be a teacher, I cannot be a professor, I cannot be a lecturer, because I'm the only person in the world who would insist on doing it right. Tozy wants to know, what kind of Dutch foods have I had? I've had stroopwafels. Oh God, I love stroopwafels. Stroopwafels are made of cookies, caramel, and heroin. It's amazing. Once you eat a stroopwafel, you cannot get enough. You will be crawling around. You will be giving blowjobs in the corner for stroopwafels just to get more. It's amazing. I love stroopwafels. Savar Dakar, did I have any crazy teachers when I went to school? Hell yes. I had the craziest of them. And they made me what I am today. I imagine some are still alive. It's been a long time. My favorites I've tried to get in contact with, I've not been able to find them. I suspect that, when you're a teacher in the 70s, the ravage of the time, they perhaps are not around anymore. But yes, all of my best teachers were crazy. Timmy Fox, giving blowjobs in the corner, speaking from experience, are we? Timmy Fox, I was a grad student. Tromsø, is there anything you want to say to the fellow Norwegian furries? Takk! That's all I know how to say. Oh, Rishoy says, the next big thing you hope happens in/to the fandom in the next years. Specifically, if you could instantly make anything related to the fandom happen, what would it be? Oh, wow. Wow, oh, that's a good question. If I could make anything happen, I get George Takei in a fursuit and put him up on the stage in Anthrocon. That's the best I can think of. Tadio wants to know, how large a collection of wine-related signs and art do you have? Well, that's pretty much it back there. Maxilab barks at Kage. Ruff, 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 ruff. I bark back at you. Men of the Wolf, tell us science and stuff about the comet. It's shit and alcohol. There, is that science enough for you? Matthew B. asks a very good question. I've said the fandom is where Star Trek fandom was 20 years ago. But the great things about furry fandoms, we're small enough to be close like a family. If we grow like Star Trek, are you afraid we might lose some of that? If you are, what kind of fandom would you prefer, big or little? Well, the thing is, we are where Star Trek fandom was 20 years ago in terms of public image. The fandom grows, but remember, we are unique. We are not the same as Star Trek fandom. Now, many of you have heard me say this before. If you're bored, you go get a cupcake or something and come back in 60 seconds. Our fandom is very different from any other fandom out there. Star Trek, Star Wars, Babylon 5, My Little Pony, I Love Lucy, you name it. All of those fandoms, they are consumer fandoms. They are consumers. They are there to celebrate what somebody else made. A studio property, an author's book. Somebody else creates it and they flock to it. Furries are unique because we make our own fandom. We create it ourselves. We celebrate ourselves, not what the studios make, not what the authors barf out. We are creators. The rest of them are consumers. We are creators. As long as we continue to be creators, it doesn't matter if the fandom is big or small, creators will always flock together. And that is our greatest strength. Tuzzy, Tuzzy asks a very good question. Have you ever been to an anime convention? And if yes, what is your opinion about it? Okay, Tuzzy, I'm going to tell you a story. Last year, I was invited to be a guest at an anime convention in, of all places, England, the northeast of England. It was a fairly sizable anime convention called SunnyCon. It takes place in Sunderland on the shores of the North Sea. Now, I'm in the business. I'm a convention organizer. I know how this stuff works. If you went at that time to SunnyCon's website, they had big name voice actor #1, big name voice actor #2 on the front page. And that's what was listed as guests. If you went to the guest page, you saw voice actor 1, luminary voice actor 2. And if you scrolled down, oh, and Uncle Kage, the furry from America. I didn't take offense. I know how this works. I'm not an A-lister in the anime fandom. I'm not even a B-lister, for God's sake. I'm the guy they tacked on to make their furry fans happy. That's true. That's business. That's how the convention business works. And I'm okay with that. Voice actor A-list 1, voice actor A-list 2. I'm the second stringer, and that's fine. When I got there, I was greeted by a senior staff member. Oh, the poor dear boy. Darling, darling boy. He was so frazzled. I saw the look. This one. I've seen it myself. The 1,000-yard stare, we call it. He wasn't even there. When he picked me up, he was somewhere else. And the dear boy picked up my luggage and kind of staggered next to me. And he started talking. And I know that his brain did not know what his mouth was saying, because he just sort of blurted out, "You're in luck. One of the guests canceled. You can have his hotel room. You won't have to bunk with the staff." Oh, really? So I was going to be sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag with the staff? Well, the poor boy, he woke up and changed the subject and moved on. I know, and it's okay. I understand. So I got a hotel room. Now, luminary guest #1 was supposed to be there Friday and Saturday. Luminary guest #2 was supposed to be there Saturday and Sunday. Here it was Friday. I was the only guest who was there. So anime conventions, they tend to focus very much on the guests. People are there to see the guests. Since the luminary voice actor wasn't there, I had to keep people's attention. I didn't know what to do, so I did this. I did what I do. I tried very hard to be friendly, to go out and see people. That actually kind of blew their minds. The luminary guests get up on stage and the audience watches them, and then the luminary guests disappear. I was out there interacting with them, hanging out with them, arms around their shoulders, and they hadn't seen that before. That was very, very unusual. So on Friday, I was the guest. And I did my best to try to make people happy. At a convention as a guest, that's my job. People go to the convention to be happy, to be entertained, to forget their troubles. I'm here to make that happen. So I did. And I went to sleep Friday night with English wine in me. And I woke up Saturday morning. The hotel was over here. The con site was up the road, about 4 blocks maybe. And I put on my clothes and my lab coat. And I walked up to the con site. And that same staff member ran out and met me, and he had a look on his face like this. I've seen this look in myself. And I said, uh-oh, what happened? And he said, luminary guest number 2 also canceled. You're it. I said, I'm your guest. He said, yeah. I said, tell me what you need. Tell me what I can do. I'm here to do it. So they did, and I did. I did my best. I tried very hard. Maybe I succeeded because I went home on Monday. And on Thursday, I had an invitation to come back next year. And now I'm on the front page. All right. The dry Riesling, aka Driesling, I'm going to set aside. I have the sweet Riesling, aka the Swiesling. Let me take the foil off. Before I start on the Swiesling, I think this would be a good opportunity to draw some pictures. What do you think? For my lovely patrons, thank you all. Okay, now I have my amazing setup stolen from the laboratory, which I'm going to set here. And I'm going to grab this thing. This kind of comes, no, that's moving to room 366. Okay, this has to go up higher. Nice, it's a WD-40. There we go. All right, there we are. Okay, so this goes upside down. That's the top. Maybe it has to go this way. I think it has to go this way. Hi, that's me. I'm upside down. Hello. I haven't done this for a while. I'm trying to remember how I did it before. Oh, wait, this way. That's right. I remember. I got it. Okay, yeah. All right, there. Let's get this cord out of the way. Yay! Okay, where's my sketchbook? My sketchbook. Here's my sketchbook. Okay. All right. Sketchbook. Yay! Artwork. And here's my amazing drawing thing. Whoop, there's my drawing things. Okay. Whoa. Okay. The focusy thing doesn't like it if I don't give it something to focus on, so I'm going to leave this here so it can focus. Okay, how's that? Focus on that bullshit, all right? Okay, now I got my list of my amazing, wonderful, beloved patrons who told me what they want me to draw. All right, now I got to pull up Winestream October is Patreon. I got my list of people. As Excel slowly opens, yay, I love Excel. Okay. Oh, first off, a big shout out to all the patrons out there. Here we go. We've got Blackfoot Ferret, we got Furry Foxes, we got Rainalee, we got Depp. We have Caraway, my favorite bunny. We have Striker Chegwar, we have Glitch, we got Bossasaur, we have Firefox, we have Jimbo Lamb, we have Kelsey Cass, we have Floopy Stone, we have Zygon, we have Gummy Bjorn, we have Beauty the Base, we have James Beach, we have Congo Cheetah, we have Terror Rage, we have Silent Dawn, we have James Blue Jay, and we have Silver. Wonderful fellas, thank you all so very much. All right, let me get this back up to make sure. Okay, so we can see what I'm drawing. Okay, let's see who's first. The first drawing I'm going to do, this is great because people say what they do is they send me what they want me to draw, and I'm going to keep this here so it doesn't go all crazy. All right, we're going to start with Gummy Bjorn. Gummy Bjorn has an interesting request. Gummy Bjorn says, even though you only met me once, I would like you to draw me as you remember me. LOL. Draw a portrait of Gummy Bjorn, even though I've only seen him once. I got you. I got you covered there, my boy. Don't worry. I got you covered, okay? Ready? All right. Okay. First off, sorry. Gotta keep this here so it stays focused. Focus on the fucking pen. Thank you very much. Okay, let's make this level. All right, can everybody see? Can everybody see that? Better? Okay. Gummibjorn. Gummibjorn is a falconer. Did you know that? He's a falconer. So we're going to first off start by drawing his arm. And we're going to draw a glove over here. And this is his thumb. That's his glove. And this is his arm. Come down like this. And standing on his glove is a hawk. Now hawks, they're kind of shaped like soda bottles. So yeah, a hawk is shaped like a soda bottle, right? Kind of like that. Yep. And the thing with a hawk is you have to put a mask on it because the hawk has a head and his beak is sticking down here. And you put the mask on, but it's got like X's over the eyes, and you usually have like little feathers on his thing here so he can't see, right? So we got the hawk on this hand, right? This has got to stay here, right? So it's not blurry. There you go. And he's also a truck driver. Oh yeah, Gummibjorn is a truck driver. So in this hand, he's got a CB radio, because we're going to pretend he's like an American truck driver, right? He's got a CB radio, and there's his thumb pushing on the CB radio. Okay, there he is. Because in the United States, truckers talk on CB radios, and any trucker is going to talk on a CB radio, right? Now, Gummibjorn wears a hat. Now, I happen to have the same kind of hat that Gummibjorn wears. This is similar. So, okay, this is, right, hang on. Going to set this up to kind of model it, all right? There. Okay, this is like Gummibjorn's hat. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw the hat that Gummibjorn, okay, and then his face kind of, okay, he's got glasses too. I remember he's got glasses with the drawings. I'm drawing down here. I hope that's okay. So we got the CB radio. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, there's Gummibjorn. There's Gummibjorn as I remember him. There he is with his bird, because he's a falconer, and his CB radio. And I just drew that because I am a very, very good artist. So that is Gummibjorn. He is a darling, darling man. He is one of my best patrons. We had a lovely meal together at Eurofriends. Next one's on me, by the way. Let me buy the next one, okay? Okay, so that's Gummibjorn. Who's next? Who wants me to draw shit next here? Okay. Floopy Snow. Let's flip the page here. Floopy Snow. Floopy Snow. Floopy Snow. Floopy Snow. Two chemicals having a conversation. Boy, two chemicals having a conversation. That's wow. Okay, two chemicals having a conversation. Woof. All right, first off, I'm going to put some shit under here so Gummibjorn's face doesn't get like covered with stuff. All right. Okay, two chemicals. Focus. There you go. Okay, chemical one. Okay, chemical one. Here we go. Chemical one. This is going to be BHT. See, the thing is, BHT is an asshole. See, that's BHT. He's like going blah, 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 as he's sticking his tongue out at you. Like that, right? And then over here, we have carbon disulfide. This is CS2, right? There you go. That's carbon disulfide. This is carbon disulfide, and this is BHT. Now the problem with carbon disulfide is it totally stinks. So we get a word balloon coming out here, and we're going to say, dude, did you fart? Because CS2 actually, that pretty much smells like, the devil's farts right there. All right, how's that? Okay, that's for Floopy Snow. I'm going to write Floopy Snow's name in the corner here so I remember who to send this to, because in the past, I would know. I also got to sign it, right? Yeah. Uncle Kage. Yeah, whatever the hell my name is. All right. Thank you very much, Floopy Snow. You're a delightful, lovely person. Lovely person. Okay. What do we have next? Let's see. We have Gummy Bjorn I already do. We got Beauty of the Base. Beauty of the Base. Where's that? Here it is. Okay. Now, Beauty of the Base said, and I quote, oh, it's Beauty of the Base's birthday. Yay, happy birthday, Beauty of the Base. Right? And we're going to put this here so it's not all blurry. Beauty of the Base wants something birthday related. Okay, let's go this way for Beauty of the Base. Okay. Beauty of the Base is a frightful, horrible kind of wolf-like creature. Wolves have these long, triangular, pointy ears, right? And they got this kind of floof coming out like this, and they have these broad noses, and they got noses like that, and they got whiskers coming off. Now, the thing about Beauty of the Base is Beauty of the Base is like, it's got this, like, you know, musical notes coming out of him or her, it all the time, because it's bass, right? You got to have musical notes coming out of bass, right? Okay, it's and then we got you know 16th note, and here we got a quarter note and everything. And Beauty of the Base has had too much to drink, so Beauty of the Base is kind of tipsy here, right? But it's Beauty of the Base's birthday, so we got such a birthday cake, and the birthday cake is kind of shaped like this, and it's got layers and everything. It's got candles on it because candles, and it's got a real big candle. And the problem with this big candle is this is a stick of dynamite, so watch out! It's gonna blow up! Oh my God! Ah, yeah! And we were holding this because we're a wolf. Okay, yay! Yes, it's happy birthday. Day B-O-T-B. Yeah, there you go. That's you can see all that. That's clear, right? Beauty of the Base with the picture and all that. Maybe I should bring this shit closer. Let's pull this down a little bit. There. All right. See if that makes it a little clearer. All right. Okay. What's next? That's Beauty of the Base. James Beach. I remember James. Hi, James. James Beach would like me to draw a stable full-time job that pays a living wage. A stable full-time job that pays a living wage. Focus. Thank you. Boy, a stable full-time job that was, wow. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to draw a rainbow, and we're going to draw a unicorn over here, you know, because there is no such thing as a stable full-time job that pays a fucking living wage. All right, there you go. The world sucks. Yeah, I got it. The world sucks. Deal with it. How many exclamation points do I need there? Do I have issues? Hell yeah, I got issues. All right. This is for James Beach. All right, thank you very much, James, for your orders. Okay, yes, that's your job that pays you a living wage and is stable. All right. Okay, let's see what's next. We gotta take our big envelope thing and we gotta put it under here. Pen. Zero on the pen. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Congo cheetah. What would I envision the future would look like? What would I envision the future would look like? Well, okay, all right, we can do that. Okay, let's put that there to keep us focused. Focus, thank you. Okay, well, Congo cheetah, right? Congo cheetah. Cheetahs have these big cookie-shaped ears, right? They kind of look like that. And they have these kind of roundish faces. Yep. And they have these triangle noses like that. And they're cats. They look like that. But then they've got these like teardrops going here. And they're very, very happy. Cheetahs are very happy, right? And cheetahs are kind of shaped like this. Now the thing about cheetahs is they got spots. Cheetahs got spots everywhere, right? Maybe not on their tummies, but cheetahs got spots because they genetically have like measles or something here, right? But this is the future. This is the future, so we're going to have a big bubble helmet over this here, and we're going to have, you know, antenna on it like that there, right? And he's wearing a spacesuit, and so he's wearing the bubble helmet, and there's, you know, there's a line going in like this. This is oxygen. Oxygen's going in like that. We have here space cheat. That's what we have. Yes. This is here we have Congo cheetah in space. That's it. That's good. That seems like it works for me. All right. That's it. Okay. All right, now what do we got next? What do we got next? Okay, we got, here's the thing here, all right? Next up is Terror Rage. Terror Rage, I love Terror Rage. That's a wonderful name, okay. Terror Rage, I would like you to draw me a birthday cake with a surprise popping out. A birthday cake with a surprise popping out. Okay, all right, let's make the birthday. We already saw a birthday cake, right? Birthday cake kind of looks like this. Birthday cakes are kind of round. They have this kind of round thing. And they have layers, right? Birthday cake has kind of got layers like that. And since it's a birthday cake, you put like little rosettes on it, you know, and you say happy birthday on the side here. And got more little rosettes and things like that going around. So here we got a birthday. The birthday cake is on a plate, right? You got to be on a plate. Yeah, birthday cakes sit on plates. And there's candles because it's a birthday cake, right? There's candles because they have candles. But popping out of the birthday cake, because it is a surprise, we have a like human stomach complete with esophagus and trailing intestines, and it's dripping blood and all stuff like that. And it's a stomach with its intestines popping out of the cake. Surprised? I am! Yay! This is a surprise for Terror Rage. I hope you like the dripping, bleeding stomach and esophagus and intestines popping out of your birthday cake. I can't even sign my name anymore. I'm having trouble seeing. I don't know why. Oh, this is fun. Let's do some more. Let's do some more, okay? All right, okay. What do we got here? Okay, all right. Silent Dawn. Silent Dawn. We're going to take... Focus! Focus! Thank you. Silent Dawn. Silent Dawn wants me to draw a hanging plant. Silent Dawn says, draw a hanging plant. Okay, we can draw. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. We're going to draw. Okay, here we have, it's going to be like a brown-eyed Susan, right? Yep. Here we have nice flowers coming out like that. We're a flower, and everybody's happy because everybody loves flowers, right? Or maybe it's a mutant fly with multiple wings, right? And the hanging plant is on a stalk. And the stalk comes down like this. Now we have some leaves like this. The stalk has leaves sticking off, right? Every plant needs to have leaves sticking off the stalk, right? But this plant is extremely depressed. This plant is because he does not like life. So here we've got, you know, there we go. This poor plant has hanged himself because he cannot take it anymore. So here we have a hanging plant. There you go. A hanging plant for Silent Dawn. And a smiley face from Uncle Kage. There you go. All right, that's my hanging plant. Where's my glass? Oh, I haven't filled the. I have to finish the art before I can finish the glass. Oh crap! All right, what's next? What's next? Okay, all right, hang on. What's next? Okay. Let's put that there, and this is gonna go like that. And I have to scroll down. Got to scroll down. What do we got here? Okay. This one's pretty esoteric. This comes from James Blue Jay. James Blue Jay says, James is not able to watch tonight. Thank you. James can't watch tonight. So James said the following. James said, I want you to draw something for the person in the channel who can answer this question. Now, I want to make sure, no looking at YouTube. If you look at YouTube, you are an asshole. No looking at YouTube, okay? I will draw a picture for the person who can answer this question. Okay, don't look at YouTube, don't look at Google, don't look at none of that bullshit on the computer. This comes out of your own head, all right? I'll write it down. Who wrote the musical score for the 1966 Broadway version of, no looking it up, Cabaret? Stephen Sondheim, no. Henry Mancini, no. Gershwin, no. I don't know, no. Hans Zimmer, Hitler, no. A musician, no. I will flat out admit it, nobody knows. John Kander, Rodgers and Hart, no idea, no one knows. John Williams, John Powell. Drax says John Kander. Drax, did you look that up on Google? Tell me. Drax? Doesn't matter, I'll draw a picture for Drax. Okay, Drax. What do you want me to draw? And type fast. I want to get to my wine. Okay, Drax got it. What shall I draw, Draxy Poo? Okay, Drax. He's typing and he's typing and Drax is typing and he's thinking of things. Drax wants a dragon. Okay, we can draw a dragon. Dragons are easy. We have S or different S, right? And now, okay, now let's see. We need kind of nose down here, right? Now, we need eyes, angry eyebrows, right? And now, with some consummate V's. Right, okay. Let's draw another with those big beefy arms there coming out, yeah. That looks pretty good coming out of the back of his neck there, doesn't it? Oh yeah, look at his majesty. We're gonna call him Draxor, the Musicator. Oh yeah. Actually come out pretty good there. I like that. All right, who else we got? There, thank you very much, Drax, for giving me that stuff. Okay. Silver. Okay, Silver wants to get complicated. Here's what Silver said. Silver said, draw the Statue of Liberty / Statue of Kagamushi. Okay. All right. So Kagamushi is me. So, right, so we got to have a head. I got a head, right? My head's kind of round, right? And I have this kind of spiky hair on the top of it here, and I have ears. I got ears. Ears kind of look like that. I got a weird nose. And I drink a lot, so my eyes always look like this, right? And I'm always very happy, right? But since it's the Statue of Liberty, I got to have like this thing with spikes coming off it here like that, right? Right? I got to have the statue of this. And then I'm going to come down like this. But now I'm going to have like robes, because you got to have robes coming down, your arm comes out, and it's got like a book and such like that. But now here's the important part. Here's you have to have the hand up like that, and we got the hand, and it's because in the hand we have a very, very large wine glass like that, right, and it's full of wine. So we got our fingers around the wine glass, just like that. Okay, and that's all it there. And I'm going to say, give me your tired, you're sober, you're boring masses, yearning to drink free. There you go. That is the statue at Kagamushi there. How's that sound? I like that. This is for Silver with a W, because he's like from one of those countries, right? You know, that doesn't have W's. All right, let's see. Did I forget anybody here? Let's see. I going through my list here, right? I got Loopy Snow. I got Beauty the Bass. I got Gummibjorn. I got James Beach. I got Congo Cheat, I got Terror Rage, I got Xylent Dawn, I got James Blue Jay Drax by default, and I got Silver. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I've had a bit to drink. Let me know by email, and I will send you a something or other. But right now, we are going to start on the sweet Riesling. This is a big bottle. What motherfucker? Shit! God damn! I got the same problem too has. Hang on. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. It's gotta put the rabbit. Gotta get the rabbit on here. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Okay. Oh sweet. Okay. Don't need this anymore. Put that over there. See. Yeah. Chateau Santa Michelle. And the bottle's open now. See. I'm smarter than two. Okay. Now we're gonna pour this shit in here. Nom, 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 nom. All right, this goes back here. And now, cheers. No. Oh, that's good. I like that stuff. That's good. Nom, nom. Oh, wait, we got to put the camera back. Kind of got it. It's got to, how did I set this before? Something like, that's too high. Yeah. That about right? Yeah. 3-finger clamp. Okay. Well, thank you all very much to my wonderful Patreons. You are sweet. It is because of you I can afford all the booze, and it is because of you and the wonderful people who donated down the bottom there that we were able to get Foxamore out here in the second weekend of December. We shall have the immortal Foxamore here. Of course, if we can get more donations, I'll be able to get him Guinness, and I might be able to rent a keyboard for him, because right now I have no keyboard. Okay. Trumza Boy says, you should have wine. Well, guess what? I have wine, and here it is. Prost. Nom, nom, nom. All right, keyboard. Keyboard comes over here. All right, so we can get rid of this thing here. Once again, thank you, patrons. Again, if I missed you, I blame the wine. Das ist gute Scheiße, as the Germans say. Oh, what's this? Oh, Tromsø boy. Do you think the football team in Tromsø will beat their rival Bodø Glimt this Sunday? I don't think so. I know a guy who lives in Bodø, and he is a very, very good football player, so you don't got a chance. Let's see. As a matter of fact, the guy I know in Bodø, he is a newspaper man. You might have seen his stuff. His name, I'm probably butchering his name, Håvard Møkela. He's a newsman, and he's actually an old friend of mine. He lives in Bodø, so if you read his stuff, he writes about Vikings and crap. Canton Skunk Wolf. My favorite Monty Python sketch. Good Lord, that's like asking what's my favorite orgasm. I love Monty Python. I grew up with Monty Python. They are amazing, amazing comics. To pick my absolute favorite would be very tough. I love the Dead Parrot sketch. That's a classic. The interview. Yes, the interview. That's always. When people come to interview for me, I play it for them. My thoughts on Zootopia, I'll wait till it comes out. Kaiwin, can you tell us a story about the hawk you used to work with? That would have been Red. You've probably seen his picture on previous wine streams. I have his picture all over the place. I used to work with a red-tailed hawk, an eastern red-tailed hawk, whose name was Red. Because it's a law, every nature center has to have a red-tailed hawk named Red, apparently. He and I were buds, but I have to define that term. I'm sure that my colleague over in Europe would certainly understand, as he's a falconer, you really can't have a friendship with a bird of prey. Friendship is a human invention. They don't have that concept. You basically get to the point where the bird not only no longer fears you, but kind of disdains you. You reach the point where the bird is so utterly disinterested in you, so completely blasé, that you cease to exist in his world. To them, that is friendship. You know, if you are such a non-threat to the bird that he can fall asleep on your arm and is comfortable being a bird around you, you've made it. So that was the relationship I had with Red. I pretty much just kind of disappeared. I became a tree. I became a perch. He didn't even see me as existing. Every once in a while, he would remember, and it was kind of cute. He'd be sitting on my arm, he'd have his wings down like this, and he'd be like, yeah, I'm a hawk, I'm cool, yeah. And then all of a sudden, he would suddenly catch sight of me, be like, what? Oh, it's you. They'd say, don't anthropomorphize the birds. You have to. That's what we do. We're furries. We anthropomorphize things. Zero wants to know, did I work with harpy eagles? Never anything that big. I worked with bald eagles. They're big enough, and they are ill-tempered. They got bad breath, and they're dumb. So I don't care to work with them anymore. Yarian, what cons am I attending next year? Oh boy, let's see. Wow. There's a Convergence in Melbourne. I'll be doing Motor City FurCon. I'm going to Confused in Great Britain. I'm doing SunnyCon again. They've invited me back. There's Anthrocon. I'm going to be doing Indie FurCon. I love Indie FurCon. I never miss it. I am doing Eurofurence, possibly Arizona FurCon. I'd like to. I'm not sure. Possibly. What's the next one? For Reality, possibly. Those are the ones I know about. I actually made a Twitter about it a couple of weeks ago. You can look it up, I'll say. Oh, Yarian, will you have a birthday drink with me on the 27th May? Yarian, assuming United gets me there on time, and I am there on the 27th, and that is your birthday, I will buy you the drink. Just come and find me. I'll be the guy in the lab coat. It's easy. Okay, I see a bunch of people, Canton Skunk Wolf and Pelosis, saying spam, egg, sausage, and spam, and Ice Wolf, spam, spam. I'm going to teach you guys a bit of history. I'll bet you didn't know. It was probably 1991 or maybe 1992. Years and years ago, on Furry Muck, which is where furries existed exclusively in the old days, on Furry Muck Online, there was a gathering place on that role-play environment called the West Corner of the Park. And people would gather there, and it was like a big chat room just like we have here. Well, one thing you could do is you could, what they called a spoof. You could make just a message, wouldn't come from you, would just kind of float up above everybody. Somebody started that, spam, eggs, sausage, and spam, 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 eggs, and spam, 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 sausage, and spam. And other people picked up on it. And at one point, and I was there that day, somebody in exasperation shouted, "Would you knock it off with all the goddamn spam?" And people then would do that just to be annoying. They would start quoting the lines from the spam sketch just to piss people off. The term spam became applied to a bunch of online noise that didn't mean anything. It then started to get applied to a bunch of crap that showed up in your inbox you didn't ask for. Oh, there's more spam. We now refer to spam hitting our email boxes. That term originated among furries on Furry Muck more than 20 years ago. So that's a little piece of history I'll bet you didn't know. And yes, Drax, I don't like spam! Yes. So yes, furries invented the term spam as it is used to refer to unwanted electronic communication. Rufus, yes, before 1995, Rufus. It was either 91 or 92, and I suspect it was 92, if I remember correctly, because I was in my living room in Chicago. Oh, dreadful, dreadful place. Tie-Dye, my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film. Oh, I do love Alfred Hitchcock films. I'm very, very partial to Psycho, as everybody else is, but I do like The Birds as well. Let's see. Peanut Wolf cannot remember your Furry Muck name. I'm sorry. I still show up on Furry Muck. It's where I started. It's my legacy. I still go on to Furry Muck. There's not a lot of people there anymore, but there's still some old friends, and I still get together with them. Kaiwin, my thoughts on hybrids, it depends on the hybrid. If it makes sense, I think it's great. If it doesn't make sense, I think it's stupid. Chitabango says, birds! Yes, here's the birds. Everybody knows about the bird, about the bird. The bird is the word. Bapa mau mau, bapa mau mau, bapa. Before your time. Gary Ferret says, you'll probably meet me at Confuseld next year. I'll be sure to buy you a drink. I'll be sure to accept. And bitte Werwolf, Gruß aus Deutschland. Hallo, bitte Werwolf, hallo. Oh, excuse me, not a brat. Who is Monty Python, and should I even bother looking this one up? The answer to the second part is yes. The first part will fall in line. Kenta, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going by here. Ooh, boy, boy, boy. Trotsvots, how expensive would it be for you to come to NFC in Sweden? If I had to make my guess, probably $1,500 or $1,600 US in airfare, at least 2 nights hotel room. Probably we're looking at about $2,000 US, which in British currency that's about 3 quid. But yeah, you're looking at about 2,000 US dollars to get me to a Scandinavian con. Oh, Tuzzy, my favorite song. My goodness. I like lots of songs, and I'm very eclectic about my songs. I don't like genres. I like individual songs. Now, if you could come up with a song that I know, we could sing it together. But it's a toughie coming up with a song that I know because, again, my tastes are many and varied. They tend to lie in the 60s, 50s, and like the 18th century. Let's see. Yes, Clockwork. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. I could probably quote the entire dialogue of Monty Python and the Holy Grail right now. I'm not going to, but I could. Why? Because it was brilliant. And Peanut Wolf says, ask any of the chickies in my pen. They'll tell you I'm the biggest mother hen. Yes, Chicago. Wonderful. Let's see what else is going on here. Cookie or cupcake? I like cupcakes because you can get a lot of icing on cupcakes. My impression of the Zootopia trailer? I don't do impressions, but thank you for asking. Matthew wants to know what's the airspeed of an unladen swallow. What do you mean, an African or a European swallow? Gotcha. Oh boy, Max wants to know what cons you going to this Deskage. By December, that would be Midwest Fur Fest. I'll be at Midwest Fur Fest. That's December, what is it, 6th through 8th? Somebody correct me, but I believe that's the date. And Peanut Wolf. Yes, I'm a Chicago fan too. Because the system works, the system called reciprocity. I've always wanted to play the role of the lawyer in Chicago. I bet I could do it. Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle 'em. How can they see with sequins in their eyes? I'd need an accompaniment, though, and maybe Fox and Moore can allow that. Though you were stiffer than a girder, they'll let you get away with murder, razzle-dazzle 'em, and they'll never get wise. For those of you who don't know Chicago, it is not only a very fun musical, but it is a scathing indictment of the American judicial system. I highly recommend it. It's a night dragon. Oh, we have a night dragon. Where? Where? Night dragon! You don't see by law! Night dragon taught me how to say that. Because, well, hey, it is always good to know phrases in other languages. So I can smile, I can see Night Dragon, and I can say, you know, Chikope, Choti Bai! Oh, Tuzzy, request any song I will practice for EF22. We'll sing it together. Okay, Tuzzy, the Singaporean National Anthem. One of my favorites. How's that? Kenta, my favorite steak. How do I like it cooked? I like tenderloin and I like it medium. Thank you very much. Oh, ITOP, if you can go back to your young college self, what's the one piece of advice you give yourself? Stay away from science. It doesn't pay. Patchwork Horse, how long will you be in the fandom? Until I'm dead and maybe even afterward? Hmm. Ah. Midnight the Wolf. Singapore has a national anthem, of course. It's called Majulah Singapura, and it's a beautiful song. Let's see. Yes, it would become, don't become AC's chairman. No, no, we're going back further than that. Stay out of science. It does not pay. You should watch a playthrough of Valiant Hearts, a brilliant game about World War I. Now, that intrigues me. I've always had a fascination with both World War I and World War II, specifically World War I. Valiant Hearts. BT Werewolf, send me an email about that. I'd like to look into that. Silent Dawn. No one is ever dead until their name is spoken for the last time. Let me expound on that, Silent Dawn. There are 3 deaths. There are 3 deaths. The first is when the body ceases to function. The second is when the body is consigned to the earth. The third is that time somewhere in the future where your name is spoken for the last time. My God, that was depressing, wasn't it? Let's change the subject. Rufus. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. Yes, it is. Frostfox, can you tell us a story? Yes, I could. Which one? Oh, Crystal says the stream is getting depressing. We will lighten it up, Crystal, I'm sure. And Gummy Bjorn says, Tuplix Joe Jaeger Podik for that. Chibai. That's what he says, yes. Narayan, do you ever watch anime? Narayan, I was watching anime before you were born. Tie-Dye wants the SWAT Cat story. I already told the SWAT Cat story, Tie-Dye. Were you not here earlier? Matthew B., you started writing. You're looking for things that might inspire me to write something new. Is there anything that inspires you? Life, the world. My goodness, you don't have to look for inspiration. You just have to open your eyes. Inspiration is everywhere. It will hit you. Night Dragon, the sake you gave me at this year's EF is nice and safe. The sake you gave me at this year's EF is gone. It is gone. I'm sorry. If I caught any flack what I told about the Red Cross, they haven't seen it, so they haven't sent their enforcers after me yet. But let them try. Oh, Moth Monarch, tell a story with a bug in it. I can do that. I'm going to tell a story with a bug in it just for Naomi. All right, here we go, the bug story. I was in Vermont, and this was, oh, good Lord, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, my heavens. I was in Vermont, and I was doing my laundry in a laundromat. And it was late at night, bad lighting in this thing, and I was with a friend who was helping me, just hanging out with me, darling, darling young lady. And we happened to notice there was something moving in the shadows. And we crept closer. And what we saw was a thing about this long. It had 6 legs. It was this big, and out the front were these giant pinchers like this. And we kind of crept closer to it. We're like, my God, it's an alien. Look at that thing. It's humongous. It's this big, and it's got the giant pincher sticking out like this. And we got close to it, and we were staring at it. And as we were staring at it, it kind of turned on its 6 legs. Those pinchers did this, and then it leaped at us. You might have heard the old adage, everyone is brave until the cockroach flies. This was a fucking alien, and it leaped at us. You never saw 2 grown adults scramble over one another to leap behind a table. Oh my goodness. This thing made its round of the room and landed again. I can't remember what I found. Was it an old cup or something? But I caught it. And I brought it with me. And I went to a friend at the Vermont Institute of Natural Science, which that's where Red lived, as a matter of fact. And with great trepidation, I said, I caught a monster. This is a horrendous thing. It eats children. And she took it and she looked inside, and there was this thing like, yeah! And she went, oh, look! And she picked it up like this and held it in her hand and said, look, it's a Dobson fly. And I said, what's a Dobson fly, and why are you holding it in your hand? And she said, oh, look, it's harmless. And she put her finger down, and its little mandibles went nom, 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 nom on her finger just like that. The Dobson fly is apparently the adult form of what we call a hellgrammite. They are terrifying. They look like something H.R. Geiger would dream up. But apparently they're harmless. So since I was a docent at the Vermont Institute of Natural Science, I kept the Dobson fly, and I had a grand old time showing it off to people to watch them freak out, because then I can go, oh, look, it's harmless, see? It's going like, nom, nom, nom on my finger like that. Moth monarch, look up Dobson fly and draw one. They are hideous. They are the kaiju of the bug group, believe me. Yes, do not forget to donate down here. If you give me money, I'll spend it on things like Foxamore, who's coming in about 6 weeks. I need to buy him some Guinness, and I need to rent a keyboard. I need the money for that. Give me money. Kenta, who do I find scarier, the Gambino family or your mother when she's pissed? By which you mean the Gambino family or my mother when she's pissed. Kenta, you presume there's a difference. Next. Nata, can you tell us how you became chairman of Anthrocon? No, I cannot, because I don't know. I was guest of honor in 1998 at Albany Anthrocon. I went in as guest of honor. Yeah, I'm guest of honor. When I came out, I was chairman. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what they did. I got home and said, oh, isn't it great? I'm chairman. Wait. It just happened. Johnson, wait, how much money do you need for the keyboard? I honestly don't know. I'm guessing the rental cost will be probably between $75 and $100 for the weekend. That's a wild, wild guess. Kiowan, the AC News accident story. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, Kiowan. The AC News accident, we had a lot of news accidents. Clockwork, how often do you go to MFF? Once a year. That's your annual con. I'd love to get the chance to meet you some year. Well, this year. I will be there this year. I'm not performing, but I'll be at the bar, and I'll be running around. Look for the guy in the lab coat. Come see me. Tyrone Snow, did they catch the guy who shot people at ZombieCon? To the best of my knowledge, no, they did not. I sent my personal condolences to ZombieCon as a fellow convention chairman, and let me know what I can do. Horrible empty words. It sounds so hollow. I wish I could help, but hey, solidarity. I'm with you. I hope that shit doesn't happen in any of our cons. Shawnee, my most memorable fan encounter. There's two. There's my psycho stalker who went crazy on me in Florida, and then there's the guy that came up behind me and fucking bit me on the neck. It was in Midwest, like 5 years ago. I'm sitting at the bar, the Red Bar, and I'm talking to people. Hey, I'm Uncle Kage. I'm talking to friends. Hello, I'm having a good time. This guy came running up behind me, and I heard a voice say, Oh, it's Uncle Kage. Us doctors have to stick together. What the hell is he talking about? I don't know. And then he threw his arms around me and fucking bit me on the neck. I'm not just talking. He's like, grah! Now, in my entire career as an entertainer, this is the only time I have ever said this. I turned around and I said, dude, get the fuck away from me. I immediately made a report to security. I just got freaking assaulted. There's a mark on my neck. I saw a tweet from this guy saying, oh, Uncle Kage's really mad. He must not like love bites. No, I don't, for the record. Spike Pap is at FanCon. Hello, FanCon and Spike. No, licking is not fine, Sully. It's just as bad. Let's see. What is the highest ranking prior military security at AC and what was their AFSC? Tuzzy, I don't understand the question because I don't quite understand the abbreviations. I do know that we have had Air Force colonels at AC, full colonels. That's the highest ranking military that I know of that has attended the con. Furry Trainer, are my donations deductible? No, they are not. I'm sorry, they are not. I am not a 501c3 charity. Let's see. Ice Wolf, what American president would you like to meet the most? Wow. Oh, boy. Ooh. Boy, that is a tough one. I kind of like to meet Lincoln. Certainly. Either Abraham Lincoln or, okay, Abraham Lincoln because he fascinates me. The man had a tough job and he did it. Teddy Roosevelt. A lot of folks don't know. Teddy Roosevelt, he ran under what they called the Bull Moose Party. We had the Republicans, the Democrats. He created the Bull Moose Party, Bull Moose. Teddy Roosevelt was campaigning and an assassin ran up in the crowd, pulled a pistol and shot him. He shot Teddy Roosevelt in the abdomen. Now, Roosevelt is an avid hunter. He recognized right away, as a man who has shot lots of things, that the wound, while serious, had not hit any vital organs. With the bullet in him, he continued his speech for another 40 minutes. And at the end, as the assassin had been dragged away, he quipped, "It's going to take a lot more than that to kill a bull moose." That's my kind of candidate. Oh, Sully says, me and two licked some nervous guy. Yes, we did. It was in Germany. Two and I were both at Eurofurence, and somebody pointed out there was this young fellow sitting in, not really the audience, the crowd had not gathered yet, but he had taken a seat way in the back. Shy young man. Somebody said, that boy over there is an enormous fan of both of you, but he's too shy to come and talk to you. Could you go say hello to him? Well, Two and I looked at each other and we thought, yeah, we're not just going to, no, we can't just say hello to him. That's not us. So as the room was starting to fill up, we went and made as though we're trying to find seats. You know, I walked in and I sat down right down next to the guy on his right. Two sat down immediately on his left. And we just sat there. And the poor boy, I could see it out of my peripheral vision. He's going, oh, 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 oh. His two idols. Two started it. Two kind of did this. And then put his hand on the boy's knee and just started doing this. And I leaned over and started rubbing at his arm. And at this point, I could feel him shivering. It was like he was dying of hypothermia. He was shuddering. And then two leaned over and put his head on the boy's shoulder. I took my cue and I put my head on his shoulder too and started rubbing along his chest. We basically made him explode. Was it cruel? Hell yeah! Did we have fun? Hell yeah! Oh, Tuzzy, if 2 can't make it to EF22, please tell him to message me at FA so we get. Tuzzy, you'll have to message him yourself. And why? I'm not going to remember any of this in the morning. I'm sorry, so go ahead. Tyro, Kage, you're a dick sometimes. I will drink to that. Do I know if 2 will be going to EF22, Timmy? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, Silent Dawn, did I carve a pumpkin? No, I did not. I did not carve a pumpkin. I've been busy. I'm sorry. Let's see. Kaiwen, how long have we been going? Well, define we. What do you mean, Kaiwen? How long have I been alive? How long has the show been going on? How long have furries been around? Define your terms, boy. Let me know, and I'll answer your question. Oh, Tromso boy is going to tell me a bit of history at Tromso. I'd like to hear about that. Let's see. Oh, Gummibjorn says Tani Dariel told him he had to go. Oh, if Tani told him he had to come, then he's going to come. We do everything Tani tells us. You do not disobey Tani Dariel. It's not done. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off that old Lone Ranger, and you don't defy Tani Dariel. It's just how it is. Tuzzy wants to know how much I've had to drink tonight. Well, Tuzzy, I've had 3/4 of a bottle of Driesling and 1/4 of a bottle of Swiesling, and I'm still going strong. I don't know about you. Night Dragon, tell how Qianlong taught me the humps up guai phrase. That was easy. He taught me to say, oh hi, humps up guai which in Cantonese is, I am a perverted old white man. Now that is a useful phrase. In Night Dragon's country, I would say, Chikope Angmo, which is the same thing, perverted old white man. Night Dragon himself taught me how to say Chao Chi Bai, which is something you do not want to say to your grandmother in any Asian culture. Let's see. On a scale of 1 to Google, how drunk am I? I am Thursday. Midnight the Wolf, how did you and 2 meet and become friends? Midnight, let me tell you. I was performing at Midwest Fur Fest in its early days. There was this young comic also had a performance. And he came to me and he was like, oh yeah, I am a fan of yours and I am a comic. I would like it if you came to my performance. He seemed a genuine kind of guy. He had hair. I said, yeah, sure, I'll go to your performance. And I went to his performance. He was performing as 2 the Ranting Griffin. And I watched his performance and I said, God damn, this kid's good. I was blown away. So afterward, I immediately went to him and I said, I want to give you some stage time at AfriCon. I want you to be there. We didn't give him the main stage that year. I mean, fresh face, first timer. We gave him a secondary room. That room was so full, security had to keep people out because the fire marshal would have gotten upset. He was spectacular. After that day, he has always had the main stage because he has earned it and he deserves it. What else is going on here? Um, Vincent Wolf said the ball, oh, I'm sorry, asterisk, bunch of stuff goes out. Furry Trainer, I hate to peter out, but 1+ bottles of Dr. Lawson early morning. It was good night, sir. Furry Trainer, good night. I wish you could have 2 bottles, but I'm very, very glad you were here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you again, as Benny Hill used to say, very, very soon. Silent Dawn, is that a plastic wine glass? It is not. Draxler the Musicator, tell us Das Engländer story. Draxler, I'm not 100% certain which one we're talking about. I have a few that could relate to. Specify, and maybe I will. Ice Wolf, do you know the art styles Steam / Cyber and Diesel Punk, and which is your favorite? The answer is no, and I don't know. I'm old, remember? Aristotle, do you like sushi? No. Favorite kind? None. I don't like sushi. Listen, Aristotle, I don't like sushi. I have never liked sushi. And people said, you just never had good sushi. Well, about 10 years ago, I was taken to Tokyo. I was taken to the Tokyo fish market. This is where the finest sushi in the world is served. The boats bring the fish in. The fish are carried across the street and made into sushi while they're still kicking. I have had the finest sushi Japan has to offer. And I can state with absolute authority that I really do hate sushi. I couldn't stomach it. My friend was saying it just melts in your mouth. And I said, meat is not supposed to melt in your mouth unless it's been sitting on the countertop for a week, which this kind of tastes like. I don't like sushi. Let's see. If I do raise the required amount to get you here to do a Winestream here in Germany, would you stay in a hotel nearby and stay in my spare bedroom? Well, Tuzzy, we'll talk. Next question. Not to brat, do you have a favorite fursuit maker? I'm actually rather partial to Beast Cub. Beast Cub makes the quad suits. They are spectacular. Beast Cub is a phenomenal artist, and I am in awe of what she is able to create. Some of the people who buy them do not know how to wear them, but the suits are spectacular. Fenris, just repeating till he notices. Notices what? Sorry, I must have missed it. Sorry. Let's see. Tie-dye, sake is best cold. Yes, it is. Okay, T'Challa, you are treading on dangerous ground, my old friend. I'm going to pretend I didn't see you say that. Vovaka, tiered YCH, your character, your auction. What do you think about it? Is it reasonable for an artist to give an inferior product for certain prices not met? Okay, YCH auctions, I don't really have an opinion of. I think they're silly. But is it reasonable for an artist to give an inferior product for certain prices not met? No. The answer to that is no. It is never acceptable for an artist to produce an inferior product. It is never acceptable for anyone to produce a product which is not that person's best work. To throw some shit out there for whatever reason, the person didn't pay you, they didn't pay you enough, you're better than that. Why should you? If the person didn't pay you enough, don't give them the product. There is absolutely no reason to put out something inferior and lower yourself and cheapen yourself. That's my opinion, and that's all I have to say about that. Copyright to the Ranting Griffin. Not to brat, have I decided who the charity will be for Anthrocon 2016? We have not. We are still accepting candidates, but we do not have a decision yet. Tuzzy, where do you get your creativity from? You're looking at it right here. Era says you're drinking Chateau Saint Michel's low-end Riesling. No, I am drinking Chateau Saint Michel's both-end Rieslings right now. Now, I promised an old friend that I would not pour both of these Rieslings together in an old bucket. But I never said I wouldn't pour them together in a nice, classy wine glass. Because I admit the sweet is a little too sweet and the dry is a little too swy, but together, I'll bet they're fine. Did I say too swy? You got it. Ah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. Kenta, if you could have anyone on the planet on your stream, who would it be and why? Okay. Anyone on the planet? Who would it be? Oh boy, there's a lot of people on the planet. Who would it be and why? Well, it would be kind of neat to have Barack Obama, because I actually have a lot of respect for the man, and I think he's a regular guy when he's not having to be president. I think Barack Obama would be fun to drink with when he doesn't have to be president. I would really love to have George Takei here, because I believe George Takei is a furry and just hasn't discovered it yet. But above all, who would I want to have? Vladimir Putin. Because Vladimir Putin is so busy being a fucking douchebag, it would be fun to get him drunk and... I don't like Vladimir Putin. Why? Because Mr. Putin is not genuine. Mr. Putin is attempting to put forth this macho image of Mother Russia, blah, blah, blah. I would like to see Vladimir Putin in a fursuit, just to show that he is not a character, just to show that he is a human being and can at least try to have a little bit of fun once in a while. Chitterbango says, might be a bit much drinky at DM. Chitter, what are you saying? Are you saying that I've had too much? Tell me truthfully. Bilosis, the most ridiculous sale you've seen at a charity auction. Okay. I will decline to answer that question. People put things in charity auctions with good intentions. They put them in charity auctions believing that they are going to raise a lot of money for the charity, not realizing that what they put into the charity auction is crap. I don't really want to say what the most ridiculous thing is, because it probably was donated with the best of intentions by a person with high hopes that it would raise a lot of money. The last thing I want to do is make fun of someone who had the best of intentions. Chitterbango says, yes, that was a little weird. Okay, I won't say that again. How's that? I'm sorry. I apologize. Tuzzy, my favorite Riesling, the one in front of me. Not to brat. What is my Halloween costume going to be this year? I'll go get it and I'll put it on. I'll be right back. Hang on. Yeah. Here we go. My Halloween costume is very, very simple. I'm going to masquerade as a respectable individual. You'd never guess, would you? So this is indeed my, you have to picture the black coat and the blazer and everything, but this is indeed my Halloween costume. I will make people think I'm not a hooligan. Caraway, an Englishman? Caraway, you were there when I bought this hat. Yes, of course. I shall be an Englishman. Kenta, if I could go to North Korea for 24 hours, what do you expect to see slash do slash experience? I would expect to escape. North Korea is a prison. I don't want to go. Tuzzy, where in North Carolina do you live? Tuzzy, I live in the Research Triangle area of North Carolina. Matthew B says, I need a monocle. I need a monocle. Don't go away. I might have one. Let's see. No, no luck. I was given a monocle by some French friends at Eurofurence, but I have no idea what I did with it. It's among the many things that I have living in this place. Someday I shall find it. And Red Reese, where'd Sir Topham Hatt go? Indeed, some people think I look like Sir Topham Hatt, and I actually find that rather flattering. I've always liked Sir Topham Hatt. I could play that role. Tuzzy, you're familiar with the Outer Banks. Is it close by? About 3 hours away, Tuzzy. Uh-oh. Sugar Flash, a pharmacist tried to tell you the FDA certified that generics were completely identical to brain damage. Okay, yes, Sugar, no. I do not buy generics. I am intimately familiar with pharmaceuticals. Generics are not what you think they are. I don't give a rat's ass if the FDA puts their stamp on it. They are not what you think they are. Clockwork. If you came across someone who said that vaccines cause autism, what would you say to them? I would say nothing to them because I do not lower myself to speak to morons. Oh, Rishri, I remind you of the Shadow Man from Princess and the Fog. Baron Samedi, is it? I should paint half of my face white and half of my face black. I could be Baron Samedi. Look that up, by the way, if you don't know your voodoo. Kenta, how would you react if a bunch of random fursuiters showed up on your doorstep? I'd invite them in and have a party. Tuzzy, oh boy, my view on the FDA in general. Oh boy. Okay, Tuzzy. My view is it's a great idea. My view is it's a good organization. My view is the government, and specifically a certain political party, has defunded the FDA and not given them the resources they need to do their job. Let me tell you how the FDA came into being. People may not know this. Was it the 1920s or the 1930s? In those days, we didn't have antibiotics. All you had was what we called sulfa drugs, sulfonylamides. The problem with sulfa drugs is they're not really soluble in anything. You can't put them in water, you can't put them in alcohol. If you wanted to take a sulfa drug, which was the only antibiotic available other than penicillin, they would give it to you as a powder in this little paper envelope, and you had to pour it like a pixie stick into your mouth, and it tasted god awful, and it was caustic, and it was awful. A company in Georgia came up with a sulfonylamide, that is sulfa drug, elixir. They started marketing this as a sweet-tasting, effective sulfa elixir that you could give to children. You pour it into a spoon and you would swallow it. Great. They weren't lying. They found that sulfonylamide is soluble in ethylene glycol, which today we call antifreeze. They made this solution of the sulfa drug in ethylene glycol, and they were marketing it, and people were giving it by the spoonful to children. More than 100 people died of ethylene glycol poisoning. And people realized there really wasn't any government agency overseeing this. That is where the United States Food and Drug Administration came into being. People realized we need to have a government body to watch out for this kind of thing. It's a great idea. But when you have a government that says we're going to take money away from this agency and give it to somewhere else, if the agency only has enough money to hire 3 inspectors for the entire country, how do you expect them to do their job? That is my opinion of the FDA. They regulate what I do. Do I fear them? Hell yes. I am terrified if the FDA shows up. Do I respect them? Hell yes. They are there to make sure that what I am doing is correct. They are there to ensure the safety and efficacy of the drug supply. That's all I have to say about that. Yes, Bayer and their patented painkiller heroin, before we understood that heroin was slightly addictive. Okay, Fenris, I'm going to punch you. If somebody made a cure for cancer, would pharmaceutical companies release it, or is cancer deaths actually more profitable? Fenris, I'm going to apologize when I say this. That is an absolutely moronic statement. There is no pharmaceutical company, there is no agency out there that profits from people getting sick. Nobody profits from people dying. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there who like to believe so. It ain't true. Nobody wants to see anybody else die, except maybe automobile manufacturers, but we're not talking about them. If there was a company out there that was able to come up with a therapeutic agent against cancer, they would release it, and that company would make trillions of dollars. There is a hell of a lot more profit to be made in curing disease than there is in prolonging disease. Also, if you had a company that thought it was their business model to prolong disease, all you need is a single employee whose little old mother gets that disease and suffers because of the company. They're going to go straight to the FDA or to the media, and that company is going to be in a buttload of trouble. All these conspiracy theories about, oh, the evil pharmaceutical companies, they're bullshit! Believe me, I'm in that business. I work for these people. There is no money to be made in creating suffering. There's plenty of money to be made in alleviating suffering. The problem is, that's a tough field. If you can succeed in it, you'll get rich. But you have to succeed. Tuzzy wants to know, does the FDA have any control over the food that's served to U.S. troops and MREs? I would think so. I would think that the FDA oversees that, but I do not know for sure. And that is a good scientist. A good scientist knows when to say, I don't know. It'd be interesting to look into. Sir Wags, they sell it for blah, blah, blah per pill. Let me tell you, Sir Wags, if I were to go to my pharmaceutical boss today and say, hey, here's a molecule. I'll bet this molecule is good. From the time I say that to the time it gets into the pharmacy will cost over $1 billion. It will cost the pharmaceutical company more than $1 billion to research, to expand, to do clinical trials, to go through all the FDA rigmarole, to market, to package. It's going to cost me $1 billion to put this pill on the market. I'm not a saint. I'm not a charity. I'm a scientist and I got to pay the mortgage. I need to make that $1 billion back. I'm sorry that the pill is going to cost $1,000. But that's what it winds up being. I spent $1 billion giving you this drug. I need to make that money back. That's capitalism, my boy. And I'm sorry. That's how the world works. Oh boy, I haven't looked at this illness. What's going on here? Kaiwan, doesn't it take over 10 years? Yes, it does take over 10 years. Hi, Top. Oh boy, my opinion of artificial sweeteners. Oh. Okay. My opinion of artificial sweeteners is they taste like shit. I have never met an artificial sweetener that I have liked. They all taste like crap. Are they harmful? No. There is no data that shows they're harmful. The most compelling data that an artificial sweetener is harmful is for stevia. Oh, that natural. Fuck your natural. Stevia is available in the United States as a sugar substitute. It's not available in Europe because it failed the European standards for toxicity. Stevia is banned in Europe. It's only available in the United States because our toxicity tests it passed. People are afraid of saccharin. They're afraid of all this. Saccharin's not going to hurt you. Stevia might well hurt you, but it's natural. So people flock to it. Flock you, people. Tie-dye. Oh, you know all my Asimov stories. What are you asking for? Let's see. Blah, blah, asking things. Does working around depleted uranium cause cancer from Tuzzy? Well, if you're working around depleted uranium and it is unshielded and you're getting dosed with radioactivity, it is possible. Does it cause cancer? I cannot answer that question. Is it possible if you do not take precautions? Yes, it is possible. That's the honest answer to your question. Patchwork horse, Hillary or Trump? I don't like to talk about politics, but Donald Trump is not a real politician. Hillary at least is a politician. If I had to make my decision between Hillary and Trump, Trump is a clown. Hillary has the potential of doing something good for this country. Trump does not. I'm not going to talk any more about candidates. Fenris asks, what's my opinion on the death penalty? That's an honest question, Fenris, but I'm not going to answer because that is a very hot button topic, and I'm going to keep that opinion to myself. Crystal, have you ever wanted an item in a charity auction so much that you bid on it and won? Okay. Here's a problem, Crystal. As auctioneer, legally, I am not permitted to bid on an item. It even gets iffy if I have somebody bid for me by proxy. So generally, as auctioneer, I am excluded from the bidding. There have been instances where there have been items I've really wanted that I have bid on myself. I've made it extremely obvious, though, that it is me who is bidding, and I have placed exorbitant bids to ensure that the charity is not being shortchanged. It is a conflict of interest. Let's face it. If we're bidding on this bottle, I want it. I am auctioning it. I have every impetus to say, okay, my proxy has bid $40. Once, twice, twice, sold! I can't do that. My job is to raise the maximum amount of money for the charity. The fact that I want this must be secondary. If I can get it, but also generate a significant amount of money for the charity, legally that's kind of iffy, but I am willing to do it, even if it runs me broke. Hey, I got what I want, the charity gets $500. That's what I'm there for. Steel Wolf says wine levels are low. I don't know about you, Steel Wolf. I still have half a bottle left. Kaiwin, I heard a guy say once if he got a teaspoon of yellow cake, he would die almost immediately. That's crap. That is bullshit. Kaiwin, 2 days ago, I was at a diner, and I ordered yellow cake for dessert. It was yellow cake with a lovely chocolate icing. I ate the entire goddamn thing, and I'm still here. You tell your friend he's full of crap. More stuff going by here. I'm looking at it. Shiki, the next con I'm going to is going to be Midwest Fur Fest, the first weekend of December. Oh, Kenta, favorite fast food place. Kenta, I do not eat fast food. I despise fast food. In a pinch, if I am going to eat fast food, it would be Arby's. But I do not go to Burger King. I do not go to McDonald's. I do not go to Wendy's. That's crap. Arby's is the only thing I will eat that is fast. Caraway, have I seen the show Rick and Morty? Yes, I have. I like Rick. Tromso Boy, could you imagine yourself working as a garbage man? If it made money, hell yeah, I'd do it. Shook and Flash, will you have time at MFF to a glass or two of wine if I bring a German Riesling from a local wine? Fuck, yes, bring it. I will drink it with you. Yes, I will make time. Good, do it. BT Werewolf, what do you like and dislike most about Germany? Wow. I like a lot about Germany. I love the history. The people are friendly. The people are amazing. What do I dislike about Germany? I'm going to have to get back to you on that. I would have to think about something that I dislike about Germany. Let's see. My opinion of ramen. Ramen is great stuff. I will go to Japanese restaurants and order ramen. Ramen Pride, instant ramen, I don't know about. Frotzwolf, could you hint some of your planned themes for Anthrocon? Absolutely. Next year, the Roaring 20. It'll be Anthrocon's 20th convention. The year after that, take me out to the ball game. I intend to talk to the Pittsburgh Pirates about that one. The year after that, somebody look at the webpage because I can't remember what it is. But we plan our themes 3 years in advance and we publish them. Oh, Red Reset. Neo-Nazis in Germany. Okay. Young shits who do not understand history, who do not know that National Socialism was not the great thing they think it was. It caused a lot of heartache and a lot of pain to a hell of a lot of people. A couple of years ago, when we were in Magdeburg, that's in Eastern Germany, there were at the local mall some, I guess you would call them neo-Nazis, skinheads, call them what you will. They were exercising their right of free speech, which the Germans seem to have adopted. And I was with some local Germans, and I was a little inebriated. These guys, in their leather and their bullshit, they're shouting at people. They heard me and my friends speaking in English, and they started shouting at us. You know, you must get out of here. This is not your country. You do not belong here. This is not your country. This is our country. This is our country. You should go home. This is our country. I blame the Riesling. I turned around and I shouted, that's because we gave it back to you. And I don't know what happened next because all my friends kind of grabbed me and braced me that way. I hope I made a point. Spike, have you done any Oktoberfest festivities? No. Oktoberfest is mostly a tourist trap these days. Most modern Germans don't pay attention to it. But I will be going for New Year's. I'm going to Germany at Silvester. Oh my God, the Germans know how to party at the New Year's. Their New Year's is our 4th of July. They will fire off more ordnance than we dropped on Nuremberg. It is astonishing the amount of fun they have. Schwarzwachs, have you done any kind of sport? I have in my past. I don't like it. I despise sports. Any love of sports was probably beaten out of me in gym class years ago. Peanut Wolf, if we bought you a meal, what would you want? What's your favorite meal? Well, Peanut, that depends on where you are. I'm very much a steak and potatoes kind of guy. But if you give me a wonderful twice-baked potato and a lovely German pfeffer steak, we'll talk. Send me an email. We'll talk about it. Please, no kangaroo or emu. I don't like weird shit. I'm an old-fashioned American. We don't eat weird shit where I come from. Matthew B., how many furries do you think there are in the world? I don't know. If you believe the membership on Fur Affinity, more than 100,000. And we've never taken a census. Oh, Pazuzu, you live in a town where they still find World War II bombs. It was a dreadful time. We're still cleaning up after that. I was in Nuremberg when they had to close the streets because they found an old British blockbuster that was buried under one of the streets. You know, history, war, interesting things to study. In my parents' day, you know, England, the United States hated Germany. They hated Japan. We were at war. We were bitter enemies. That was my parents. One generation later, here I am. I go to Germany every year. I drink with the Germans. I love Japanese people. I sit down with them and we enjoy sake together. You know, wars, enemies, they're fleeting things. Politics doesn't last. We are the sworn enemy of these people. Give it 1 or 2 generations, that will pass. We are friends now with the Germans. We're friends with the Japanese. I like to believe that before I die, I will be sitting down sometime at a little cafe table with a former Al-Qaeda operative. And we'll be able to look across the table and smile at each other and say, do you remember when we didn't understand each other? That's my view of the future. You know, hate is temporary. Friendship, companionship, that's what lasts. Tromso boy, have you ever found any furry working as garbage man? I don't know any furry garbage men. I know furries who work as custodians. I know a furry who is a gold miner, but I don't know any who actually work as garbage men, but I'm sure they exist. Tuzzy, email me, or if you want to be here for New Year's. I'm already going to be in Germany for New Year's, Tuzzy, so you email me. Yeah, right back at you. Bye. Cindy, tacos or pasta or pizza? Oh, I'm sorry, Kenta, tacos or pasta or pizza? That's a tough one. I do like pasta. Tacos are hard because you have to go like this and sideways and they spill all over your white shirt. Pasta, though, when you swirl it, the noodles, pizza. Okay, pizza is the cleanest thing to eat, so I say pizza, yeah. Richard, have I seen The Lion King on Broadway? Yes, I have. My thoughts about it, spectacular. If you see The Lion King on Broadway, you need to get one of the seats in the orchestra, because when they come to the stampede scene with the stampede, you can feel it in your chest. It is astonishing. Chiki, what theme will Anthropon have next year? The Roaring 20. It will be our 20th Anthrocon, our 20th convention. So we're going for the Roaring 20. Get it? Kaiwin, Kimba the White Lion. Yes, Jungle Emperor, where I come from. Oh, Nata Brut, you ask a very good question. Did you ever go on YouTube and watch your Winestream and see what it said? No, I do not. Absolutely. When this is finished, I will upload it to YouTube and I will never watch it again, because it is mortifying. I don't want to see what I said. Oh, my Lord. Fenris, why don't you try auditioning as a voice actor? The opportunity never arose. I never thought about it. Tell me where I can audition and maybe I will. Tuzzy, what's the longest running furry convention? That's Eurofurence, with Anthrocon a close second. Matthew B., when will this be uploaded to YouTube? Probably tomorrow, but it will only be made available to my patrons on Patreon for at least the first week or two before I make it public. It's only fair. Yeti, Kirk or Sulu? Sulu. We never saw Kirk shirtless swinging a sword around. Shook and Flash, have I had an ice wine? Yes, I have. My opinion of it, far too sweet. I do not like ice wines. I do not like spate laces. I do not like late harvest wines. Far too much sugar. Pelosis, you have to, Pelosis, I'm going to ask you to specify the fastest you've seen a convention sell out. Are you talking memberships or are you talking hotel rooms? I know at Anthrocon, the Westin and the Courtyard will sell out in 5 minutes flat. That's all I know about. Not a Brat, you're going to move to Baltimore. What are your thoughts about Furthermore? Not a Brat, I gave Furthermore our old badge printers. That should answer your question. Fiegel Adler, how many more attendees can we fit into the David Lawrence Convention Center? We're going to find out. Tom's a boy. How often do you find cigarette butts in the Westin during Anthrocon? Too often. Far too often. Oh, my goodness. Clockwork, my favorite anime, Ushio Totoro. Ushio and Tora definitely is my favorite anime. Hi, Top. That's a good question. Have you ever have an Anthrocon that had an overall flat feeling? No. It's always too exciting. Trust me, it's too exciting. Kenta, how's the food at Primanti Brothers? It is good. I'm not going to scream over it. Primanti Brothers is good. Primanti Brothers, their shtick is they put the French fries, the coleslaw, everything onto the sandwich at once. The idea was that Primanti Brothers made their sandwich for the old Pittsburgh steelworkers, so they could have their entire lunch in one hand and still continue to mold the steel and eat their lunch with their French fries and their coleslaw at one time. Does it taste good? Yes. Is it something I'm going to crawl a quarter mile over broken glass for? Probably not. Volt, hate your laptop. So do I. Oh, God, believe me, so do I. And Yaron says, German elevator party! Oh, God, the memories. BT Verov, even though their bodies have long since returned to dust, their sacrifice still lives on. We must strive to cherish their memory and never forget. That could be said of any combat veteran in any country, anywhere. Hi, Top. Best guest speakers ever at Anthrocon. Oh, good Lord. We've had a lot. Wow. I'll have to get back to you on that one. That's going to take some thought. No. Will DLCC still be bigger after Estral upgrades their function space from Pazuzu? I don't know. I will have to see them upgrade their function space. Kaiwin, what's my favorite time of the year? Oh, Lordy. My favorite time of the year, I think, is the late spring just before summer. It's not too hot, but it is still fresh. Autumn is beautiful. Falling leaves, the turning colors, the brisk wind. The problem is I was a student for 24 years of my life. Autumn still has the meaning of the start of school to me. So I really don't like it. Volt, what dress style will you use for yourself for the Roaring 20 at Anthrocon? Volt, come and see. I already have it. I modeled it today at work. Come to Anthrocon and you will see what I have planned. Rishery says, please stop using that word closet furry. I agree. What the hell is a closet furry? Why is a closet furry? Why do you feel you have to be a closet furry? Are you ashamed? Are you embarrassed? Is furry something you don't want people to know about? Well, guess what? If you're a closet furry, if you are so ashamed of what we are, then you're here for the wrong reasons and we probably don't want you. Yes, Tyro. It's just who I am. Do I like freshly squeezed wine? Now, Tuzzy, you've given me a link. The problem is I can't look at the link. I've got a lot of bandwidth, blah, blah, blah. I really can't look at it, so you're going to have to tell me what it is. I can't click on it. Usually something you don't want your parents to find out because they would react badly. Well, hi, Top. If your parents react badly to it, then you have presented it to them improperly. Duh. It is up to you, my dear friends, to present it to your parents in a fashion they can accept. If they don't accept it, then you screwed up. Don't blame us. Oh, Richard, do you know the origin behind hugging in the fandom? Oh, my goodness. Richard, we are a close group. We are a group that values physical contact, scritching and all that. How did hugging start in furry fandom? How did hugging start in human history? That's the simple answer to that, my dear friend. Red Reese, how long will it be till there's no more original themes for cons? I think we've hit that point by now. There are so many cons, so many themes, it's hard to get something original anymore. Let's see. Not bad. I am mother of 5 and 4 of my kids are not young adults, and I would be very happy if any of my kids were to tell me that. I like that answer. Thank you very much. Nom, nom, nom. Yes, if you want to donate, that button down there, that doesn't buy this shit. I got plenty of this shit. You donate down there, that will buy Guinness for Fox Moore, who is going to be my guest in December on this wine stream, thanks to your generous donations. But I also need to rent a proper keyboard. We need money for that, so if you want to donate down there, that will help me get a keyboard for Fox Moore. He will play, and I will, like, belt out, blah, 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 blah. It'll be disgusting, but you'll like it. No. Oh, Night Dragon. A question for Night Dragon. Did you see the Android keyboard for Singaporean English that I made? I posted a while ago. Let me know if you saw it. My Singlish Android keyboard. Tell me if you saw that. And Matthew B says, we didn't start the fire. No, we didn't. Fenris, how many yiffers do you bust in the Western every AC? Only one. Because after that first one, everybody else gets the idea. Okay, Kenton, Skunk Wolf, you ask a very good question. The recent reference to furries in California on NCIS, I am not familiar. I did not see it. Kindly send me an email if you have a link to a clip. I would like to see it, but I am not familiar with what you're talking about. Oh, Vincent Wolf. Do you like the band Steel Eye Span? Lived never a man that wooing went that lacked thing is three. A store of gold and open heart and full of charity. And this was seen of King Henry, though he lay quite alone. For he's taken him to a haunted hole 7 miles from the town. Ask me that question again, my boy. He's chased the deer now him before, and the doe down by the den. To the fattest buck in all the flock, King Henry he is slain. His huntsmen followed him to the hall to make them burly cheer. When loud the wind did Never mind me. Go look up Steel Eye Span on YouTube, especially King Henry, one of the greatest ghost stories ever told. Tuzzy, could you email my family explaining the furry fandom so they will understand it if I... I'll tell you what, Tuzzy, just find some of my videos on YouTube. Explain to your family then. I've done it in Germany. That should be enough. Peanut Wolf, you're also a Scadian. How did I guess? Of course you would know Steel Eye Span. I grew up on Steel Eye Span, Silly Wizard, the late Canadian folk singer, Stan Rogers. I know who killed him. You didn't know that. Stan Rogers was one of the greatest Canadian folk singers in the 1970s. I met the man who killed him. Stan Rogers was going to perform in my friend's town, and my friend couldn't go with his friends. He told his friends, it's okay, it's not like he's going to die before I get to see him again. Within weeks, Stan Rogers boarded an Air Canada flight at Chicago, which caught fire on the runway and burned and killed everybody aboard, including Mr. Rogers. I blame my friend for creating the karma that killed Canada's greatest folk singer. Notaprat says, I've been to 2 Anthrocons now and never seen anything bad there. What did I miss? Nothing. There's nothing bad at Anthrocon. Carry on. So Charles says, Fairport Convention. How could I forget Fairport Convention? Fenris Direwolf, my opinion of the movie The Martian. I loved it.
A little iffy on the science here and there, but I liked it. And if people would stop hiding it for no reason and that can get away with it, how would you imagine the reaction if secretly furry parents find out their child is a furry? I don't know. Oh, yes, Night Dragon. I definitely saw what you posted, just can't find it now.
Shall I post it again? La?
Pelosis. Any good furry web comics you follow? In order. Kevin and Kel, PvP Online, Doc Rat. Those are the big three that I follow. Kaiowin says, Kage, sing some national anthems. Like what? Okay, Kaiowin, give me a country. I'll try to sing its national anthem. Yaren, my thoughts on the negative events that took place at Rainforest. Oh boy. Yarion, you've asked a very, very honest question, and I would like to give you an honest answer. It's difficult for me politically, however. I'll just leave it at this. A convention, a furry convention, we need to have a good relationship with our venue. If you foster a good, mutually supportive, mutually profitable relationship with your venue, you will never have a problem. I really can't say any more. Tromso Boy, how often do people fuck with your Olivers at Amphicon? Once. And only once. Aru, my thoughts of Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has thrown their arms open. They have embraced furry fandom. Pittsburgh made Anthrocon into a city event. Anthrocon has become a Pittsburgh cultural institution. We did not do that. The people of Pittsburgh made us that. I would not trade that for the world. Let's see. Oh, Sully, one of my friends seemed okay with furry. Then she saw a tail and asked how was attached. I said at a belt. She spent 2 hours. Great. Kaiowin says, Singapore. Kaiowin, what do you mean Singapore? Canton Skunk Wolf. Does anybody know Kage's email? ceo@anthrocon.org. Matthew B., my favorite writer in the fandom. Myself. No, I can't say that. There's a lot of furry writers out there. It'd be hard to choose my favorite. Mercedes Lackey. She really was one of the first furry writers out there. Dear me, pardon. Fenris, do I drive a Porsche? No, of course I don't drive a Porsche. I drive a Toyota Corolla. I'm an old guy. I drive a sensible car. Kenta wants to know what's my favorite snack food. I try not to eat snack foods at the movies, but I cannot resist nonpareils. They're my favorites, really. And Drumsa Boy asks everyone, what does your family think about you being furry? Drumsa Boy, I'll answer your question this way. My entire family is furry. My parents go to Anthrocon. My sister and brother-in-law go to Anthrocon. My niece goes to Anthrocon. She brings her baby boy to Anthrocon. My family is furry. I have nothing to add. Caraway's going to bed. Good night, Caraway. Cheers. Thank you, my friend. I will see you very soon, I hope. No, my goodness. Wow. Is the room doing that for anybody else or just me? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the strongest suspicion that I think my body is telling me that this wine stream should be wrapping up very soon. Kaiwin says, you're drunk, go home. I probably should have listened to Chitabengo a while ago, who I think was trying to drop me a hint. Walter Brett, can you sing the new USA National Anthem? Yes, I could, but not right now. I would slur it. All right, my dear friends, all of you who spent a Friday night watching a broken down old man sit here and guzzle down wine, I can't thank you enough. I can only hope that it was worth it for you, that the ramblings, the face noises that I made were in some way acceptable to you. And all of you who woke up at strange hours in foreign lands, I'm ever so grateful. I really don't know what to say. It is an amazing compliment that you pay to a fellow like me, that you're willing to be here, simply that you're willing to watch. And all of you out there, you're wonderful. I love you to pieces. Why do I do this? Because of you. If you guys weren't here, I would be the crazy guy on the street corner getting hauled away by the cops. But I like to be funny. I like to entertain. And having you guys here gives me the opportunity to do that. So these wine streams, yes, they are very self-serving. They're extremely self-serving. I get to do what I like. I get to do what I enjoy. And if it wasn't for you guys logging in, there would be no way for me to do it. So I am grateful eternally. I'm going to bring this to an end, and I'll end it by stealing from one of the greatest clowns of the 20th century. And many of you have heard this before, but I'll say it again because it is heartfelt. It is something I believe greatly in. When I was a little boy, my father and I used to watch Red Skelton on television in black and white, 1969, 1970. Red Skelton was an astonishing comic. He never called himself a comic. He called himself a clown. He was very honest. I make people laugh. I'm a clown. That's what he said. And he said something once, and I've ended the wine stream before with this, and I'll end it again because it is something I believe very strongly in. In the words of Red Skelton, if someday you are not feeling well, you should remember some little thing that I've said or done here tonight, and if it brings a smile to your face or a chuckle to your heart, then my purpose as a clown has been fulfilled. And I can only hope that my purpose as a clown has been properly fulfilled this evening. Good night, and God bless. Oh. You shouldn't waste wine, you know. If you spill it on your pants, there's some here. I think I got all of it. No, wait. It's on my underpants. I think I better. There's ladies present. I better. I'll do this privately.